I could decipher from it was that apparently in the dream I had a whole bunch of frozen meat in the freezer.
Backup copies.
What's weird? Was a weird dream? Was a weird dream that the freezer was working?
No, the weird dream was the fact that I actually had like food in storage.
That is an odd one.
It's one of those because it's the case of we only buy stuff from the supermarket to use that week, and that is it. It's gone in the week.
Fair enough.
We don't ever like store anything extravagant for like, oh, we might use this in a month or so. Like, no.
Fair enough.
This is telling me I should probably buy more extravagant food. I don't know.
Well, it depends on the meat, dude, because sometimes you don't last so long.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, but I'm just gonna wait for Enron again. We can talk about 86. So let's have a discussion about it. So,
Yeah.
sweet. Oh yeah, doesn't the new Mario Party come out next week?
Everybody's golf.
Next week, I believe so. Like on the end of October-ish. Double check that.
Mario Party Superstars, that's what it was.
Yeah, superstar. Yeah, the 29th, so exactly next week.
Cool. Yep, I never got a pre-order, so if you guys ever want to play that, sometime too, just let me know. Yo, Dollar? Probably still setting up, so.
Yeah, thanks to Metroid Dread, I've actually been able to use my Switch this year.
Yeah, I got to the final boss of Dread, but fuck that final boss, so.
Yeah, I think I'm like a good 75% of the way there, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I still got a little bit of exploring left to do, but went down most of the missiles, so I want, so.
Yeah, I got, I basically got past the section with the extra up, and it's like, oh, I've been waiting for this. Like, holy shit, I'm now playing Metroid Fusion HD. This is what I remember.
I was gonna say, you fought more than one. You only fought one X in that game, right? In Fusion? You fought multiple, I can't remember.
No, you fight, like everything is X in that game.
Okay. I don't know if it was the same X or it's multiples of them. That's what I was curious about. Okay.
It's definitely like it to the point. I think at that point in the game, you go to the room, all those blobs just start flying around, and all of a sudden it's like, okay, everything in the game is now going to be X.
Oh yeah, Fusion. Okay.
Okay, here you are.
Oh, that's right. He was even that's also what the Ridley was in Fusion. It was an X parasite too.
Literally everything is X. I mean, the only thing that's not X is, I believe, that one section where you find the Metroids, but that's obvious.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
I would love for Moby to either do a Fusion HD port or just make another Metroid game. Just do it again.
I don't even know. Well, I don't know how long this game was in development for, but it was announced pretty recently. It was announced during E3, and it came out within the. I mean, it probably announced it when a lot of the game was done already, but still, that's ain't quite a bit.
See you again.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think the next one, they're probably gonna remake is Super Metroid, possibly if they're going in order. Because original Metroid was remade to Zero Mission, Metroid 2 became Samus Returns, so the next one will be Super Metroid probably.
Wow.
Well, no, I'm assuming that'll be the case given the chronology
Yeah.
so far. I mean, I'm up for a remake of anything. So
Yeah. Yeah. It also says Dream Moment room open. So alright.
It's been a while since I played Fusion. The Metroid Omega Metroid, yeah, was that the same Baby Metroid from Super, or was that a different Baby Metroid?
No. That's just Metroids that they were breeding.
Oh, okay. So technically, the Metroid, the one from Super, was not the last Metroid then, technically, because of Fusion.
It was the last one on the planet that Samus was sent to eradicate.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and technically the one in Fusion was a lab roll. Okay.
Yeah, there were. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. But still, technically, still one left though in the end of Fusion.
Oh, there were multiple. I believe. I think the Omega one was just the one that just showed up at the end.
Well, I was gonna say, but yeah, they pretty much covered that there's been no other metal, all the other were wiped out at this point, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the one in Fusion was technically the last one as of now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Technically speaking, if you go by Dredd's logic, it's Samus is the last Metroid.
You mean her name isn't Metroid?
Yes, that meme. Yes.
How is it?
You mean Metroid's a she?
That is feminist logic. I will not stand for it.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought all Metroids were dudes.
Metroid games are feminizing our children. We will not stand for it.
They're indoctrinating all our kids with this woke shit.
And accepting immigrants with these aliens.
I know, right?
I read a good tweet that someone said, like, you know, if we were teaching kids
Home 10. It's
any
a
other
par five.
religion like Hinduism, they would be saying we're indoctrinating our kids. But because it's Christianity, it's okay. It's not indoctrination. It's like, are you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah, self-logic is like lots of people like, what was that one article on Fox News that's saying that Iran wasted all its money on military resources? Like, yeah, take a good hard look at yourself, assholes.
Yeah. I'm American. I lived for that. Oh, sorry. I'm just still kind of like waking up right now. Or not waking up, I'm just kind of tired and
Oh,
stuff.
so you survived the colony dramas. Good job.
I was telling these guys, I got like a nasty cold the other day, so I'm just recovering from it.
It's never good to get a cold, especially these days.
Oh yeah, thankfully I saw as soon as because both my siblings, they got it last week, and coughing and sneezing, and as soon as I knew my throat was like sore on Wednesday, I'm like, yep, that's the first sign of it right there. The first thing I did was use extra lunch to go to my doctor, and I got some antibiotics and braced myself for it. And
Nice shot.
woke up on Thursday with a nasty fever and pretty much rested to work it off. And 80% better today, so 70%, but yeah.
Did they even bother testing you for COVID? Did they bother testing you for COVID?
No.
You kind of have to request for that, I feel.
Yeah, and not all doctor's offices have the resources. You have to go to specified clinics for that kind of
Nice
stuff.
shot.
Yeah, like I can't get down here. I can't get tested for COVID at the hospital. I have to go to the COVID testing facility on the other end of town.
Yeah, when I got yeah, it depends on the place and the resources because
I think they mainly do that to isolate any positive cases if they do end up going there for tests.
that's not a bad idea. But I was gonna say when I had my colon infection earlier this year, I had like 3 COVID tests, within like 2 days span. All negative.
That's how it's gonna be tonight.
That is the game.
Well, at least it's the first hole, right?
And to think I was planning to get my flu shot this week. Yeah, looks like I'll have to hold it off for a bit. I always get one each year, you know. Never hurts to be careful.
So yeah, I'm guessing. At a 2 weeks time, I'll be able to get my second shot.
Yeah, my little sister, she got her second Pfizer shot today. So
The 1st of November, I'm going to start researching my booster shot for my Johnson & Johnson.
yeah, my parents both got their Pfizer booster shots.
Amazing.
Got last week. They weren't too bad. I mean, they were sick for like a day or something, but I should get a booster shot too, though. Wait a little bit, I wait like a week or 2 when I recover and try applying for one.
All this shit. So, I know I came in a little late just because I'm still kind of like setting up on my end. So, but has anybody been eating anything interesting?
I had a really tasty
Careful of the
steak and
gate.
cheese sub.
Sounds good.
One of the local places around there, but you know, wasn't too pricey. And got some mozzarella sticks, you know, for fries, so I treat myself.
It sounds good. I didn't get to make my clam chowder just because I had to do something, and I couldn't make my clam chowder just because I wasn't paying attention to it. So, or I wouldn't be able to. So I haven't eaten. So I haven't eaten yet. So if I sound crouchy, that's why.
No, perfectly understandable.
Nice shot. Careful
Okay,
of
so
the
I
gate.
just got a message from my best friend, or one of my best friends saying, I think I'm married because this chick that he knows just bought him a $400 perfect grade Venom uniform.
Great save.
I'm like, that's keeper if that's the case.
Just relax.
Huh.
Uphill maybe? A break to
Okay,
the
well,
right.
looks like I'm watching the Shirobako movie tonight.
Fuck.
Oh yeah, that did come out recently, didn't it?
Nope. Well, not really.
I thought it's coming out in theaters here, so it's like theaters?
Nope.
30 seconds.
Oh.
Shit. If it is, I don't give a shit because I'm not going to see it. No, Everbite is thanks to the Japanese government. They're live streaming the
Downhill?
movie like on Demonoid. So you could have applied to get a free ticket, and basically you can watch the movie like online, and you have until like.
Damn it!
And if you got a ticket, you can watch it until like Monday.
Demonoid still
Could
exists.
make a birdie.
Oh no, not Demonoid.
Sloping out.
That's why I say Demonoid. I'm like, the hell are you talking?
Daily Motion, I think it was.
Daily Motion's still barely functioning, but yeah.
Hey, it's got better compression than YouTube.
Well, it was a little bit too much.
You don't have to worry about bots on Daily Motion, at least to my knowledge,
Downhill?
on YouTube.
A break to the right.
I was gonna say, Dollar, are they gonna announce something like a bio next?
Great work.
I don't get the joke.
Oh, but wasn't Vio supposed to have some like obscure streaming stuff
For
that
the birdie.
died like the early 2010s?
Sloping out.
I don't know. That one's completely over my head.
Okay. Oh, I think it was like late 2000s, but yeah.
Nice birdie.
You'll get- Yeah. Well, at least it's
Just relax.
He's still ahead.
Nice.
Sloping
Not good
up.
enough.
Yeah, you right.
No, so today it'll just be not par.
Almost.
Oof.
Goddamn ran on last week.
Great.
Hardness.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, that was terrible.
That was pretty good.
Careful.
Looks good.
Go, go.
I don't think I'm sleeping tonight.
That's hard.
We'll be the first one.
No, I really don't think I'm gonna sleep tonight because I got a lot of things to do.
Hole
so
11. It's
I'll probably
par
stay up
4.
all night and just do them all, and then stay up all day tomorrow, and then I'll collapse when I come home.
Good luck.
As per usual, how my Friday going into Saturday always is usually.
One thing I look forward to, I take something like medicine for like antihistamine, that might also makes me very sleepy. I always think like when I'm done, I'm done for the night on Friday night,
Look at
aka
that,
Saturday.
look at that ball curve.
At least I still got line of sight to the flag.
Yeah, but you're gonna be hitting against the wind, like directly against the wind.
Yep, in rough.
Look at Lupin using that bird for
So good.
for some sort of like a
Leverage.
leverage. Yeah.
Lupin over here cheating.
Oh, that's what Lupin does. He always plays it, smart.
We need to find artwork of Lupin golfing. There's got to be an episode in like the early episodes of like Lupin where he's golfing or something.
Nice shot.
There's probably some out there, probably part 2.
You know what? Google that Lupin
That's what I'm checking right now. I can't really find anything.
or golfing. I like how I typed that in and like I get everybody's golf link and it's how do you create Lupin in everybody's golf. So not that we don't already have one. Like, still
Great
several,
shot.
several. Yeah, there's actually a few. Like in addition to this one, I've seen like 3 different other Lupins.
Yeah, especially because of his one of the third virtual crossplay thing for everybody's golf. Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, like, there have been 3 different models that people have made for this game. Like, I kept this one just because I thought it looked the best. So. Let's see here. Nothing for Lupin and Chains at the end of like season.
Amazing. Nice shot.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything for.
No, there's an episode part 2 where when the antagonist for the episode was playing golf, he said he got those greeting him, but that's really about it.
That's a disappointment. Oh, well. Maybe somebody will do something.
Amazing. Nice shot.
I mean, you never know. Lupin always does all kinds of crazy stuff, especially one of his inventions. I mean, what's it called? Lupin loves using his fishing hook too to steal shit.
Golf. Club.
I think there's golf ball, official Lupin third golf
Damn. Even on
So
like
good.
some of these popular art servers, I can't find shit for that. It's unfortunate. And there we go. It's gonna curve like a motherfucker.
Well done. I got you.
Thanks, man.
Damn. Damn, that box is huge.
This week, Bro, 30 also comes up, but if I'm very lucky, it will arrive within 2 weeks, given how mail is nowadays, especially international shippings. How long is that? That's if I'm lucky.
Oh, it's on Vimeo. Okay, never mind. I thought it was like on Daily Motion.
Yeah.
No, it's on Vimeo.
I was gonna say, Emo sounds slightly more legit.
Yeah, that's where I got the FP2 from.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember the last time Demonoid was used for something.
Demonoid doesn't exist anymore. I'm pretty sure. It's kind of like Baka BT, where it's where that's like some darknet shit. The way how it's presented. You know, like there have been days where I've actually like thought about like wanting to seek it out just to see if it still existed and see how deep the rabbit hole goes.
What, Baka PC?
Yeah. You know, just kind of like to see if like, can I get in and like
You'd have to find out who to contact in order to.
yeah, you gotta already know
Apply.
somebody. You gotta find somebody that's already in the know. You know.
Not even
So it's
Wayback
like-
Machine.
No, like apparently when they like went back, because at some point or another they shut down the site and then they brought it back again. But like if you didn't log in like at a certain point, they deleted your account.
Yeah,
So you have to like
basically,
reapply.
yeah, if you're
It's all good.
well, if you have like a low
Downhill,
seeds,
a break to the right.
Yeah.
like if you want contributing to upload stuff.
It's time. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
As expected.
I mean, which is funny because like I think I
It's all
uploaded
good.
like 100 gigabytes for them at one point in my life. I think the last time I ever
Break
logged
to the
in,
right.
You said 100 gigabytes.
100 gigabytes.
So half of a Call of Duty.
Decent fire.
Sounds about right. Granted, I don't play Call of Duty, so like, but I do know their shit is like 2 gigabytes worth of 200 gigabytes worth of stuff.
Yo,
Hey,
I
highest
spent-
metal.
How's the blockage?
Hole 12. It's a par 3.
I think
He's probably
Yeah.
sitting up. So.
Oh yes, we're doing
Beautiful.
Star Wars.
Here we go.
Good to me.
It's tomorrow or Sunday. Yeah. What a surprise they have in store.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like checking out Crunchyroll the other day, dog. Not big. Most of the TV stuff's on Crunchyroll, but none of the specials are on there. It's kind of
Cool.
But I guess different licenses, so.
I was gonna say it's probably a licensing thing,
No, that sounds about right.
because I'm sure, because I'm pretty sure none of like the Detective Conan and Lupin crossovers are on there. I'm pretty sure.
Testing.
We can hear you loud and clear.
Alright, good. I still had it on push to talk mode.
Oh, good. We thought you were still setting up.
Nice shot.
Oh,
Yeah.
Alright, I'm pulling out the Young Wen Lee mode tonight, so expect that.
You going.
hey man, alcohol is everyone's friend.
Not mine.
Well,
I don't drink, so there you go.
I didn't have any brandy, so I had to get with the rather expensive Tennessee whiskey, dry rye.
Tennessee Williams.
No, it's called Bullet Whiskey or whatever. I got it right from the brewery, or the distillery, or whatever they call it. But you can't buy it online, you actually have to go to the Chattanooga distillery in order to get it.
All right.
Get it from the source.
Yep. So I got that on my team. So who wants to talk military history?
This is gonna be a funny one. What? Somebody tweeted out what do, and I just said everyone. I rewatched The Professional like in the last couple of days, and I was like, this movie's still funny, or at least that part's still like good. It's up there with like Stop Eating My Sesame Cake. It's kind of up. It's up there as like being like so meme worthy.
Good approach.
I don't know, man. It sounds like some
Just
Mickey Mouse
relax.
bullshit to me.
Relax.
Up here, maybe? That breaks left.
Mickey Mouse bullshit. Like, there's so many good lines in
time
that.
for this Mickey Mouse bullshit.
It's
That's
time.
I wonder if you add that. 'Cause that sounds like that doesn't make any sense.
Birdie chance here.
He doesn't, but
He had to have
Uphill,
added
maybe?
that.
That breaks left.
I don't know. Like, and there's probably never there's never gonna be a time where I'll ever be able to figure it out. But, you know.
Yes, got it. Nice birdie.
Quite thrilling.
Birdie chance here.
I'll be right back. Can you just hold up for a bit? Sorry about that.
Sure, I'll hold my shot.
Break to the right.
Thank you.
I feel like he probably did just because if you actually watch the scene, like he's the camera's on him and he's like thinking about it, you know?
Yeah, because he has
So-
he has his back turned to like the FBI. Was it the FBI? Or was it another department? Because I know they were FBI.
No, they weren't. They were they were DEA.
Oh yeah, you're right, DEA. Because that was always their excuse to bust in someone's apartment is drugs.
Yeah. So
All right, go for it. Sorry about
Alright.
that.
because they went in there and they like, oh, you might want to hit that
A
ball.
birdie.
Quite thrilling.
It's all good.
Because they were going in there and they were looking for a bag of coke that went missing. So, and they basically tore up the entire house until they found it. So, I looking at it, he probably did like ad-lib it.
It's time.
So maybe he didn't had to take it. Say, hey, can I just do something with this?
Either way, it's a great scene.
Yeah, it's like, and it's within like the first 20 minutes of the movie. It might not even be
Hole
that. It might be
13.
15 minutes.
It's a par 4.
Anybody been keeping up with this Alec Baldwin bullshit?
Nice.
Like, I saw it happen, and then I was like, man, who should I talk to about this? And then I go on and I see, like, oh,
Stop.
Gundam is streaming. I'm like, oh, definitely not gonna bring that up.
I mean, it's a fucked up thing that happened, but I mean, it's a Crow all over again.
Yeah, that was basically, like, did we not learn from the Crow?
I mean, shit like this happens by accident, so.
I mean, laws were literally passed after the Crow incident, so clearly some shit did not follow through here.
When you say the Crow, you're talking about the movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're breaking
Yeah,
it.
honestly, yes.
Well, when I think about the Crow, I always think about that thing and the line. What was it like? For fuck's sake, die already!
I say that all the time.
It's like in DMC. It's like in Devil May Cry 3. The line, dude, show's over.
Fine.
All right.
Nice. Nice shot.
But yeah, this
it's
is
very
this is look.
unfortunate.
Yeah. Can you imagine just being watching Alec Baldwin? They're probably filming in that moment, and you're shooting, and he's shooting, and you basically got Alec Baldwin on camera shooting and killing someone, not knowingly, but still. It's
Well,
like,
apparently they were doing a practice run of it,
So
of the scene
good.
first, and that's when it happened.
well, even then, they still film that stuff.
And even so, the
No.
like the supposed blank that's supposed to be in the gun just didn't go off properly.
It seemed more like the live round was actually put in instead of a blank.
Yeah.
Either that or someone messed up with the prop, 'cause that's what happened with the Crow. Because they also filmed that scene. They thought it was actually a real scene, but because the shrapnel or everything, the prop did not go off correctly, and it shot off, killed the person. So
point being, there is more than one person that blinked.
Oh yeah. So not really.
Because there are like actual protocols in place for shooting stuff like this in movies when using lethal props.
Yeah, I definitely see the prop manager is definitely getting a manslaughter charge probably for it.
I'll just. Did that happen? Did that happen with the Crow as well? Or was someone actually charged for that shit?
I'm not sure because at the time there weren't any laws regarding that. I mean, the Crow was the one that started the whole, on-screen firearm law. So.
Yeah, and what's it called? Ironically enough, the actor, that shot off the prop, he died last year.
Yeah.
That's
He was like he was like, he still did a bunch of work maybe afterwards. I mean, but he still didn't regret what happened that day. I mean, it's not his fault either.
Honestly,
It's still involuntary manslaughter.
Honestly, I could see this potentially being
That breaks left.
Alec Baldwin's final, basically this is gonna cause him to kind of throw in the towel.
Yeah.
Be like, I'm done.
Alec Baldwin, in the last couple of years, I think he's been
Could make a birdie.
I don't know if it was Alec Baldwin or if it's Ben Affleck, but either of those, or it could be both. That they've been actively very publicly saying they've been they're kind of tired essentially.
They're done with this shit.
I wouldn't go so far as to say they're done. They're just tired. You get to that point, it's like I just can't do it anymore.
Ben Affleck is more of a person, but he's still acting more movies than Alec Baldwin. But Alec Baldwin is also more of a producer, not
Could make a birdie.
but in this case, he's both a producer and an actor. But it could go that way too. That might be the final thing.
It remains to be seen, but Al Baldwin.
Yeah,
I kind of agree with Highest Metal. This might actually be his last movie. Just
I don't think that movie will be finished.
Honestly, yeah, probably not.
Hole 14.
no, it'll be finished. It's just gonna. They're just gonna probably take. It's just gonna take a while.
Well, there's probably a contract thing too that they have to finish it. So there's that aspect too.
Yeah. I mean, they're probably gonna have to go for, going forward. They're probably gonna have if anything, it'll get finished. It'll probably just take a lot longer than it is because they'll probably have a lot more supervisory oversight, to make sure that shit doesn't happen again. And they're probably gonna have to triple check their crews essentially, because obviously if this is happening, a bunch of people are going to get fired, which means you gotta have to rehire people, and they're going to have oversight, and that's going to add a lot of time. That's going to add a lot of money.
Well, I was
So
gonna say
it'll happen. It'll just take time.
Amazing.
He's also one that produces them too, so he has a bigger claim than the actor too.
Stop chewing my hair.
Yeah, but it is still pretty fucked up though.
It's also kind of fucked up because of apparently the premise of the movie is about his character's son is charged with accidental murder.
Yeah, that is the ultimate karma right there.
I look at that and I'm like, this is basically a Phoenix Wright case.
Or Detective Conan.
Cool. Great shot.
Yeah.
You're amazing.
What's
Remember,
that?
that's all this one is about murder.
Yeah, of course. At this point, half the population of Japan has been dead.
It's not the low child birth rates, it's Conan episodes.
The birth rate just doesn't help.
All dying in incredibly fucked up ways too.
I'll never forget this this early episode in season 1 of Detective Conan,
Nice
where
shot.
basically a guy commits suicide by jumping off of he jumps off the back of a chair and kills himself with a knife in the back that was linked to an ice block. So
Okay.
you don't remember that episode?
It's been so long since I saw Detective Conan, so.
Well, to be fair, like I said, this is season 1 shit. So.
I remember there was another it was a more recent episode I think, but it was some candy shop. It was some candy shop owner, and he had a bunch of fermenting candy and jars of alcohol on a shelf, and he pulled out some sort of birthday cake thing with candles on top, and the shell fell on him and coated him in alcohol, which of course got ignited by the candle. So
Cool.
it just spends a good minute watching this dude burn alive.
Jeez. Yeah.
Like, yeah, it turns out his wife murdered him. It's like, well now.
Yeah. The case I'm talking about, of like it was like there was things that could have led to murder, but in reality was actually just a suicide. So no, because like various things and whatnot. I always like the gall of the police officers who basically are sitting there looking at the body, saying like, "Have you determined the cause of death?" We're pretty sure it's a knife in the back, sir.
Are you
I don't
sure?
know,
Are you sure?
Well, most of the line from Superbad is just semen involved.
There's also the one episode where like they found a bag of weed
Yeah.
and like they all freak out as if like they're holding a time
You
bomb.
show him.
Right now, this is all you right here.
We'll see.
Yo, and Ron.
Yo,
Hey,
Yo,
Aaron, how are you
how's it
doing?
going?
good. Sorry,
Yeah,
I
we're-
was playing around with shit.
No, it's fine. I'm late too, so I'm crotchety as fuck. I don't have any food right now.
Good aim.
Any takes on this Alan Baldwin situation?
It's dumb, and I mean, I don't know much about the film industry. I just know a little bit from what I picked up in like classes in college when I was doing production work. But I do know that like prop firearms are still dangerous.
Yep.
Because they don't. I've read like 3 different things about what happened to Alec Baldwin, and I don't know if I believe any of them, because one of them was from like a union, like a film union account that is rather hostile to
Nice.
Yo, nice
like
fucking
this
shot.
production in general. So like I don't know like who to believe. But like one of 2 things usually happens when something like this happens, and it's usually because somebody. So they use live ammunition for certain shots, right? Like if you're shooting somebody loading a weapon or something like that, like, you know, like we've seen a million times in the movies. Lots of times they use live ammo
all
for that, but then they take it right back out again. You know, if they're going to use the gun as a prop, and you know sometimes that, you know, when they use blanks, sometimes like pieces of the blank can come off.
I read that too. Yeah.
Because that's what happened to Brandon Lee. That's how Brandon Lee died when they were filming The Crow. Because
Yeah, we were just talking about that.
Where are they trying
yeah,
to
because a
go?
piece of a piece of the prop bullet broke off in the chamber and nobody realized it, and that thing was stuck in the barrel. And then when they actually loaded the blank round, because all a blank round is it's an actual cartridge with powder in it. It just doesn't have a projectile. So when that blank went off, all that powder propelled that little chunk that was still in the barrel forwards as if it were a projectile, you know, and that's what, and it was still enough to kill Brandon Lee. So that's probably what, I don't know which one of those is what happened. The account that I saw that was tweeting out, you know, like, oh, well, this movie was cursed because these guys didn't pay for union labor and blah, 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 blah. Like, that account says that it was a live round that somebody had loaded in there for another shot and left it in. But I don't know if I believe that account or not, just because they seem to be rather hostile to that particular. They have an agenda. They have an axe to grind with with the producers of that movie. So I'm not sure if it's 100% accurate or not, but we'll see. I mean, the police statement will pretty much tell us what's going on. So
I think on top of that, there is currently right now a union strike that's currently going on, like in the industry right now,
yeah, there is.
or at least it's on the verge of happening. If it- either
know
it's
they were-
happening now, or if it's been voted on, but it's been postponed to actually happen.
Right.
It's from what I remember, it's been slightly postponed. They're like backing off and out, but there are more talks again. But right now, it's not as active anymore.
On the green.
Something to that degree.
Well, there's labor. Well, either way, there's labor shit going on.
Yep.
And like it's not, people are like, emotions are high or whatever, and then some shit like this happens. But from what I read about this movie, like this is a super cheap like indie movie.
Yeah.
So it's not like they've got a whole lot of money
Nice
to like,
shot.
you know, to use. Because I've read people saying things like, why don't they just use CGI? You know, it's incredibly irresponsible. Well, CGI costs money. And practical effects are a lot cheaper lots of times than than CGI. So they just use props and do it the way that they did it in the old days.
Actually, that's not true. Like they basically cost the same amount of money. The difference between the two in CGI, you can get exactly what you want. So that's why people tend to go that way.
Nice approach.
I don't know. Like, so to me, just shooting a practical effect with a prop gun that a production company has already got lying around, and then blank ammo, like it's the cost. It's literally the cost of props and blank ammo. That has to be cheaper than CGI. Like, has to be. But either way, like, people were saying stuff like that, and then people are just like, well, what, like, why don't they have this, and this, and this, like they do on these movies? And they don't realize that this movie is like shoestring budget, independent film. Like, just because Alec Baldwin is involved with it doesn't mean it's like a major production, because it's not.
Yep.
Actually, I should probably ask one of my friends about this, because he works at a gun shop, and they get licensed out quite often to movie sets to provide firearms and whatnot. In fact, he was telling me how he had a run-in with Chris Rock and his entourage on a film set. But I gotta ask him about this, because I think he would know a bit more about this.
Probably.
There's an account from a podcast I listened to, Yo Video Games. I'm sure some of us are familiar with them. But there's a guy called Funk Machine. Funk Machine spelt with PH. He works in the film industry, and if you have questions, I would go ask him, because he's basically like currently filming in the industry right now, and so he knows all the ins and outs of like what things are happening. So if I need film insight, I would usually go to him and ask, like, what's going on in this? What do you think about that? I would suggest going and asking him, and based on his standards, it's like things are fucked up, as he would always put it within the film industry. So
yeah.
Probably because, like, well, it's as fucked up as it is, like, it's probably because, like, most of those people were working, like, 18-hour shifts, and someone got tired and didn't realize, like, what went wrong, and that's probably what led to the accident happening. It's probably no one's fault, but just because of the fact they were working, like, 18-hour shifts or whatever, like, someone had a lapse in time just because like, they were so fucking tired, and that's what ended up happening.
It could be a possibility, but it also depends on the movie set to it, the shooting. I mean, it could be a possibility that they are overworked, but it depends on the movie too.
Yeah, well, most of the time it's always it's always the case, because
possibly.
Yeah, these guys were definitely overworked, because like I was reading some other people like who were working on the movie were saying like that they had walked off the set because they were working like 14, 15-hour days, and the productions wouldn't approve like hotel rooms and shit like that for them.
Yikes. All right, I take that back.
Yeah, like I just read that right now, and it's like, well, it's fucking surprise.
Yeah, that explains. That actually gives more ammo, no pun intended, to the strike going on. So.
Yeah, well, no, it definitely does. That's why all these like industry labor accounts are all like seizing upon this moment to kind of to make something out of it. Like that's why I was like, I'm not really sure if I trust these particular accounts to know what's actually going on. It just seems like they have an incentive just to say shit, to kind of like strengthen their position.
Yeah, also weapon up.
Well, yeah, it's the same thing. That's weaponizing. It's pretty much
basically throwing Alec under the bus to get their point across.
Yeah, but like I said,
the point is valid. It's just the way they're doing about it is not the most honest way, especially considering they probably don't know what the fuck is going on.
They might. I mean, they may be right. I don't know.
Oh yes.
I just don't necessarily believe them. Without any proof. So. Right. Who knows? It sucks though. The whole thing's just kind of just bad.
He feels like shit too.
The Highest Metal made the prediction, and I kind of agree with him that this might actually be like Baldwin's last movie. So.
Yeah, I think he's definitely going to retire after this, because it's going to be really hard to get back to acting after basically shooting your friend.
Yeah. definitely.
Unless
that movie like makes like buku bucks, maybe he might
I
actually.
was gonna say it's a western. How often does Bojack to do well either?
I don't know. Shit happens.
Yeah.
You never know when.
She already did that.
Shut up. That's in
Well,
bad
not-
taste.
Well, no, it's the truth.
Who knows? Who knows how well this movie will do or will do? I mean, I don't think there's any way it'll be able to continue because like this is like it's an indie project that probably doesn't have a whole lot of money behind it. Like I just don't understand. Like I just don't see how this movie can continue. There's no way this movie's gonna be completed. Like it's not gonna make any money. They're gonna cut their losses and just call it a day. I think.
Yeah, it'll probably be one of those movies like over time it'll make money just due to the streaming residuals and things like that. And like as 10 years it turns into 20, like they'll make money by like long-term distribution.
It gets completed, which I doubt it will. So.
Well, I was gonna say, don't these guys sell these movies to like services after movies filmed or during it?
Yeah, I think nowadays it's probably done now.
Okay, yeah, that's how I was curious. I don't know how that.
Well, normally, if it's for streaming, if it's you know somebody's gonna have to order it, right? Like the company's gonna have to order it or something. Sobro may know more about this stuff since his brother works in this industry, but normally somebody has ordered it, whether it's a network or a streaming service or something like that. So I don't know if that's how this one was happening or if this was just being made the old-fashioned way. But who knows?
Okay.
Brakes to the right.
Curve, you dumbass ball. Shit.
Anyway, then how's your night?
Could make a birdie.
No, I mean,
that is the night.
Downhill.
I mean, it's been fine, I guess. I've just been messing around with this new little toy.
What toy?
The Ingram.
Oh, the Robido 3.0 Robido Ingram.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Yeah, it's super fucking nice. I've been messing around with taking pictures of it.
I thought you were messing around with the transformable Optimus Prime.
Up here, maybe?
No.
That
I
brings
mean,
us.
the $600 one that transforms by itself. That one.
700.
Yeah, but that one, no, I'm not buying that.
I actually got to see it recently with actually get to see it. Like I heard about it, never saw a video of it. But somebody I have in my feeds actually bought one and was playing around with it, and I said like, geez, this thing is actually really kind of cool, but it's like $700.
Yeah, it's super cool, but like $700, no thank you.
I mean, props to it. Like it wishes you a happy Optimus Prime wishes you a happy birthday. So I mean, for $700, he better wish me a happy birthday.
Yeah.
Better do a lot more than just fucking wish you a happy birthday.
No shit.
Maybe they probably not, but like, can you imagine if they if they made another one or they made it so you could upgrade like the sound files? They just pay Peter Cullen and you can just download these sound files.
Gosh.
I want one of Beast Wars Megatron sing yes and just
that would be awesome. I would. I mean, I wouldn't pay $700 for it, but
it's like a magic 8-ball, but also it'll just say yes and no.
Beautiful.
And then starts the voice actor voicing lines NFTs.
Oh god.
Don't give him ideas.
I was just reading about the NFT bullshit that was happening. I think.
I feel dumber after
like,
reading more about NFTs.
What was it like until daylight or something, whatever? But like they had like the Friday the 13th NFTs, I think was going on.
I was reading about that and about how like Steam's cutting off all those
cats. Get out now!
Oh shit! Damn, that was.
So I take it the cat fucked up your shot.
Yes, actually, because I wasn't paying attention and I had to look away.
Yeah, can get beat.
No.
Yeah, I was reading how Steam had the Vandal games that have the chain blocking from the code.
Yeah.
blockchain
That's-
stuff. Yeah, blockchain.
Also, something that's currently being talked about in my particular parts of the card game fandom, like people talking about NFT, like chain blocking, essentially like documentation for like cards that are above $1,000 now.
How like certain images are worth have a value, stuff like that.
Hold on. I will respond to that in a moment. Okay, there we go. Fuck. Alright, basically, yeah, like,
Nice
in my fandom, we're just talking about, like, actually having documentation about where this card came from, where it's going, and how it got there, and verifying that it isn't stolen.
Careful of your
As opposed
life.
to getting it
basically-
graded.
Grading isn't an authentication in my mind. Is not an authentication.
It's not.
As it. Grading is it's an appraisal on the condition of said card, but it doesn't. But it does not verify, one, if it's real, two, if it's stolen or not. So, I don't know if Enron's familiar with this, but I once talked about like this whole thing with the Yu-Gi-Oh card that recently came out that quote shouldn't exist, but apparently it did, and it got graded. But a lot of people basically had said like grading is not authentication, and it isn't, and like it was a whole shit show, and it got so bad that actually PSA actually discounted the card from their database, and they actually started hiring like new people to actually do what's the word, authentication or core sampling of their cards. So because it actually hurt the brand a little bit, so because it was a big drama that actually came about. So, but that's what we're talking about in our fandoms now. Basically, just verifying like author and ownership like throughout the card through person to person, essentially.
So it's degrading.
No, that's not even funny. I'm not even gonna laugh.
Like I don't get like it's not really. It's not grading. It's authentication. It's not grading at all.
Yeah.
Although if you do like if something is obviously false or fake, once you submit it for grading, like PSA will fucking blacklist it, you know, and send it back to you.
Well, that's the problem with like the one card I was talking about, is that it looked real enough, but we also know like you can get really good looking fakes and whatnot.
Careful.
And the problem is, again, the grading
Slowly
is not an
up.
authentication. It's just
Break to the right.
an examination on the condition of said card. And PSA's been known for grading fake cards before, so. There we go. So, basically, like, fuck you, game. I'm like, oh, I fucking hate this game. My ball, I got fucking,
You got robbed there.
like, what the hell?
Great work.
I should have parred them. Well, this is your game now. But, yeah, the whole idea is basically going and bringing it back to NFTs. Like, it's
Uphill maybe?
worse and dumber in, like, in a
breaks left.
digital space, just due to the fact, like, it's a digital image. And, number one, there shouldn't be a limit to how many you can buy. And two,
Nice
there
work.
shouldn't be a reason why it should be limited time. Like, I forget, there was a good tweet where somebody like explained like the idea of an NFT of like how the game is, but to do it in a video game,
Careful.
like for example, like not until dawn, I
Uphill, maybe?
forget which game it was,
A break to the
but
right.
basically like where you're literally like corresponding it to like a licensed DLC.
Motherfucker.
And you can only sell this many people for at this amount for a game that, for the most part, is probably going to die within maybe 1 or 2 years. It doesn't have a whole long life cycle to the point that after like 5 years, that NFT is not going to be worth shit. So it's like, what's the
The
point?
finale. Hold
Yep.
18. It's a par
Especially when
5.
in most cases you can just find the image in the source and just say right click save as.
Well, it's not about the image. Like the
It's the
image is
model.
there.
In this
Yeah.
case,
Nice
in the
shot.
case, go ahead.
Nice
Arnold.
It's the image that's just there to give you something to look at.
Yeah.
What you're the rare the thing that's rare is the piece of code behind it that says this is like this particular instance of this thing is the only one out there. It's not necessarily just the image is referring to. It's the combination of the image and whatever piece of code is behind
You're-
that thing that says like, hey,
you're
this
literally-
is a one.
You're literally buying a serial number.
Pretty much. It's just yeah. That's basically what it is. It's the same principle behind an actual numbered card, right? That you pull out of the pack.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
it's just like 1 out of 10 or whatever. Like that.
Yeah,
it's the same. It's the
or-
thing. It's the same thing, just on.
Or basically, if you buy a comic book and it comes with like a security, a card or offer a certificate, you know, like
So
It's-
is there kind of patenting going on over there too, or because
What?
it's kind of like a patenting going on with this too with NFTs?
A patent.
Something like ownership or something like that, or
He means patent.
Copyright.
yeah, like companion copyright.
Amazing.
Not the general.
shoutouts to Patton. If he had lived, we wouldn't be in the same. We wouldn't have the problems that we would have in South Korea and North Korea.
You know, patent is like the term patent troll, that kind of shit.
A patent? Well, there's not. It's not really. There's what's there to patent though. It's not like you own the patent on that thing, because it's not like a piece of technology or,
Yeah, or a creation.
an invention or a creation or something like that. It's just like it's just you literally bought a card that has code that has code behind it that says this is the only one of these, or this is one of 300, or this is one of 500. It's like if I buy a pack of baseball cards and I pull a 1 out of 10 Ronald Acuna from. It's not like I own the patent on that card, right? It's not. It's just a product that I bought, and there's just 1 of 10 that's limited. It's like it's the same thing with like limited edition, collector's edition Blu-rays with like a
What's
statue
that
or whatever
holiday?
that there's only like 30 of or what. It's the same shit.
They only make 30.
Okay,
Except
let's put it
just-
like this way, Yossi. Sorry to interrupt, but let's say Disgaea game comes out, and they release a special DLC of Laharl, and they put an NFT on it that states that we are only going to sell 150 of these, and you buy it with the NFT. Essentially, you own the limited edition of that NFT for that game for the rest of time, unless you decide to like quote sell it, which I know you're allowed to do.
Ah, okay.
That's basically what it is. The dumb part in my mind is like, why are you selling a limited edition NFT for a digital game where you can easily sell it unlimited? Like there's no intrinsic value in my mind, really there. It's literally just preying on people's idea of FOMO, like
Right, 'cause
fear of missing out.
You're missing out. Okay, so it's creating like what's it called like
A limited market for something that isn't limited.
it's like its own,
Because you can argue in favor of like limited edition statues and figurines because those cost materials to make.
yeah, so it's creating like an artificial demand, pretty much.
Yes.
Okay,
believe.
that
And
is
on
that
top
better
of
way
that,
to do it?
with the physical thing, you can buy a physical statue or something, and you own it. And even without a certificate to prove that it's real, you could still sell that thing. In these cases, you can't, as far as I know. Pretty sure you're not. Like I don't see why they wouldn't allow for that.
I still feel dumber thinking about this shit.
You can sell NFTs. Like there's markets and places where you can sell them, but the authentication has to be there. I would think in order to do it.
Mine slightly reminds me of those people. What's that game? PT. Said all those PS4 and PT installed in it.
That's a little different, but I guess. I mean, my PS4 still has PT on it. Like as a note. Ironically enough, you could have gotten a lot of money for those things at one point.
I remember seeing people hyping that shit up.
All right.
But I guess in that sense, like yes, you could have, like, hypothetically, if it did have an NFT, you own that NFT, you could trade it or whatnot. Although I doubt you would have been able to. So like I said, NFTs don't make any sense to me, especially considering like cryptocurrency. They're not good for the environment.
Yep, that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna think about like when's the might be allowed to cryptocurrency keep going on.
It's the same idea.
Yep.
They make perfect sense to me. I just think they're stupid. If that makes any sense. Like I get the reason behind them, and I get why they're a thing, and I get the concept. People have a hard time grasping the concepts. The concept that people have, like the concept of me owning a picture that's not actually rare. You know that like
Uphill, maybe?
that doesn't.
A break to the left?
It's just like a digital file. Like who nobody owns a digital file. You can just go on the internet and find a photo of Michael Jordan dunking on somebody. Then it's the same fucking thing as an NFT. Like that's how people think. Although that's not exactly what the NFT is. But it's a hard concept to grasp. And the fact that it's digital, it's ownership of something that exists on the internet when pretty much everything that exists on the internet is basically free anyways. Like it just seems dumb. Like this seems like the kind of thing that once everybody realizes this is fucking stupid, like why are people spending $500,000 for a piece of code that says this is the only picture with this piece of code on it of LeBron James dunking on Trae Young. It's dumb. It's fucking stupid. The market's gonna crash at once all the big money people get out of it. Like everything's gonna crash, and then there's gonna be a bunch of people that are left holding the bag that have spent thousands of dollars on NFTs of basketball and baseball and football moments, and they're gonna be, people are gonna lose a lot of money.
Could make a birdie.
It's bound to happen. It's bound to happen. It's like it's a digital file that exists on the internet, but to most people, like that's not. It's not tangible, right? It's something that I see on the screen that exists on a server somewhere. It's not like a piece of cardboard that I have put away in a case, that will live on for generations and generations. That your grandchildren, 30, 50, 60 years from now are gonna pull out and look at, and it'll be worth. It may still be worth something. Like it's not. They just simply because these things are not tangible. I just don't think they're going to last.
I mean, if you were like, okay, stick with me here, but Star Trek. In the Star Trek universe, they have the concept of like holographic artwork essentially, and basically they kind of sell it like that. If it was like you were buying like an actual model that you can actually display and you can actually license out and make money off of it, it kind of made sense at that point, but we're not there yet. And it's kind of dumb right now just due to the fact that like you're basically, like you said, it's not the thing, it's the concept. Like you own the serial number to said thing that nobody else does. What are you gonna do with it? Is basically what I'm getting at.
Exactly.
Oh, hi, Boss Johnson. We just wrapped up our game currently right now. I'm gonna build up another room. So I'm assuming highest metal you're gonna stick out, which is fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay out tonight.
Enron, are you gonna play with us, or do you?
I'll play.
Okay. And Boss Johnson's here, so I'm assuming he's gonna play. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I'll build one room on one end, and then I'll quit out of that, and basically I'll just pass on the room to you guys. So give me a moment here.
Yep, I'll be back on my used restroom.
Yeah, that's fine. It'll take me a little bit to build the rooms up. Yeah, we'll build that one. 9 inch.
Somebody got the Rona? Here's Sniffles.
That was me. I was getting to I had a cold the other day, so cold.
I was just thinking to myself, like, basically, like I was thinking about coronavirus, essentially, and like I know in my mind, this is something I will say here, but I've never mentioned this like out loud to anyone. But for a long time, and still now, I used to call the coronavirus Coronas, essentially, as one word. Like Corona and corroding, so Coronas, essentially. I don't know. Like my concept of like coronavirus just was like basically when you contract it, it just erodes your life away. So.
Maybe I don't know.
For whatever reason, I just always like in my mind I always call the coronavirus Coronas. As of like an act or an action or a verb.
Funny, we're sitting here talking about NFTs, and I'm looking on my timeline, and I see the NBA Top Shot account is tweeting at me about NFT NBA basketball NFTs.
They're listening.
Yeah, they're
I
listening,
know.
clearly.
I don't even follow this account. I'm wondering like how the fuck did this get on my timeline?
I don't know.
Bots.
I had like 15 people tweeting at me like for in a particular moment about like Vic, talking about Vic, and I literally had to go block 100 accounts. That took a while, and I examined every single account just to like see how much of a piece of shit they were.
Yeah.
So, all right, so
That's gross.
Enron, Varnus, and Boss Johnson. If you guys can be in this room. And then like once you're in here, I'll leave the room, and from there I will go into a room with Mao, Yazi, and myself. Hopefully Boss Johnson can hear us.
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to know, that's all. Thank you.
Yeah, I think my mic was just muted earlier when I jumped in.
Awoo!
Right.
Alright, I see Varnus, I see Enron. Gotta wait for Boss Johnson.
You join the same room as you, Dollar, right? The second room?
You're joining the second one, yeah.
Alright, let me know. Just join in. Oh, I was gonna say, since everyone's there, I guess Mao, you want to talk about E6 then? Because you've caught up to it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna leave this room.
I watched all 3 episodes yesterday. Not
Okay, whoever's the host of that other room, launch the room.
That would be Varnus.
Okay, Yazi, Mao, join my room.
Alright.
It'll be the same course, it'll just be like I'll be hosting this one. And and since I'm in the offline world, I don't have to like recreate the room like all over again. I just have to quit out and just start over again. So,
Alright, I'm in.
and there we go. And just like that, 2 rooms I've already made. So, Boss Johnson, what's your view on NFTs, or do you know what an NFT is?
Yeah, like, so my kind of point of view is it's the one gripe I have with it. Like, I understand the concept, like similar to trading cards and shit. My biggest gripe is you can't insure it like actual shit. That's why it's like when everybody's going to lose their money and the shit isn't insured, you know, they're just going to be fucked.
Oh, it's like cryptocurrency pretty much?
Yeah. The
What
whole point of cryptocurrency.
What insurance company would insure that?
Bro, I guarantee you there's people looking at it and figuring out how to do it. I guarantee you that.
Yeah,
Because there's
no.
so
Yeah,
much-
but-
There's
currently
always
right now-
someone looking to make a buck off of it, but that's a risk I would never take.
Yeah,
Oh,
part of
these
the
are the people.
cryptocurrency is like the less regulation involved, so that's one of the main motifs for it.
Well, see, the thing is, like, it exists they exist on the cloud, so technically, I guess you really don't need to, because like just it being redundant and copied everywhere is redundancy enough, I would imagine, for insurance.
But there also have been points where
Home
people
10.
straight
It's
up
par
have
four.
lost their cryptocurrency, or their
Only because,
Bitcoin.
yeah, but that's not the same. It's not the same as an NFT though. Like NFTs and cryptocurrency are fundamentally different in that manner. Because like, as far as I understand Bitcoin, like there's like these hashes or whatever that that you need to decode to get to the blockchain bit or something of it. Like there's like a token. I guess a token is probably the best word for it. Like you have tokens that, in combination with whatever shit is generated by that blockchain to signal as a unique identifier for the Bitcoin. Like you need both pieces of that. So what people do is they lose the hard drives and things that have like their key on it, basically. Because like I think we've all heard about that one guy who lost like a hard drive.
Yeah.
There was like keys for like $65 million of Bitcoin on it that he bought when it was worth nothing. You know, and you literally had people like digging in his town's landfill trying to find that hard drive, or any hard drive, to see if it was his. You know, and to get those keys off of it.
Yeah.
The NFTs aren't like that. Like NFTs are uniquely identified by however the blockchain works.
As a note, there is a thing like in cryptocurrency, like Bitcoin wallets. Essentially, they're just little devices that have the hashes on it that store all your Bitcoin, and basically you just trade it like a real wallet or credit card, essentially.
Yeah. Well, those wallets are all virtual wallets.
I'm just saying they exist. So.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
Very close.
but like I forgot what I was saying now.
You were talking about like how it's not like an NFT.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's not like an NFT. It's completely you can never lose it, right? Because everything that identifies that NFT and all the things that identify it as your NFT, like those things all exist on the cloud. Like they're just there. So maybe that's why. Like, maybe insuring it is not necessary. But like I said, I don't know enough about the ins and outs of the technology to definitively say like, oh yeah, you'll never need insurance for this, and here's why, or oh, you probably need to, somebody's looking. I know people are looking at ways to insure it because like Dallas said, people want to make a buck, and insurance companies, it's like, if they can find a way to insure something and they never have to pay out for it, then hey, that's free money for them. So somebody's gonna figure some shit out. But who knows? I'm just not gonna get involved with it. Like buying packs of baseball cards is enough shit for me. So
yeah, same here.
Yeah.
I'm still debating about buying fucking sealed product and other card games right now, and just sitting on it and see if I can make money off of it. And if I don't, oh well. And even then, it's like, do I even want to bother?
Yeah, a friend of mine, one of my buddies is doing that. Like he's buying like sealed card game product just to sit on it, But he doesn't know anything about those. He doesn't know anything about the card games. He's like me. He's a sports card guy. So he just thinks he sees an opportunity. And I'm like, I don't even mess with it. I'm just like, yeah, whatever, dude. Just you feel good buying it up? Oh, god damn it. If you feel good buying it up, go right ahead. But I'm not gonna mess with that stuff.
Well, if you have an overhead, like you have extra cash, it's fun, and if you actually control yourself to spend just a little bit, and you just see where it goes, like you basically make like extra chump change.
Downhill.
I don't think it's really a bad idea.
Break to the right.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. I just don't know anything about it, so I'm just gonna like, I just don't care.
The other problem with research, I already like the stuff I'm talking about. Like I already know a little bit about, so it's not a huge risk on my part.
Dolly, your character is based on the girl from Read or Die, right?
Yeah, it's Yomiko.
Yomiko Reedman.
That I'm like, yep, that looks familiar. I'm like, oh, that's the girl from
It's just this model. I changed it a little bit so she doesn't have her coat.
Hole 11.
So it's just her and her vest. So.
Okay, good.
But yes, it is based on Yomiko Reedman.
I was gonna say, Mal, your thoughts on these parts. I know. You know, we're looking forward to hearing your thoughts on it. So.
Well, some other people might not have seen it, so.
I won't spoil anything. Don't worry. My initial thoughts is that I'm glad that I'm glad it's back. I've enjoyed the first 3 episodes. I've always had this thing though that I don't like when they reset shit and they basically start you over with the same fucking concept. So like we made
amazing.
So we made progress and learned a little bit about the enemy, but now like with the first 3 episodes of the new core, it feels like we know even less, and we're starting from
Square one.
Square one. Thank you.
So I'll say this: like I haven't watched the 3rd episode yet. I've skimmed it. I know what happens in it, anyways. So like, it's not really that big of a deal. Please don't go out of bounds. Okay, good. Whew. I don't think it's as good so far as season 1 was. I think season 2 feels a little bit more
Slow.
not slow, because season 1 was kind of slow too at the beginning. Yeah, it just feels more like typical, I guess.
Yeah, because like those first 3 episodes, it feels like, well, we fell off the course. Now we have to get back on the course, and we got to take 3 episodes to do it. I'm just like, I don't. That's like, if I want progress, is what I want. Like, you show me this thing at the end of season 1.
Cool.
I want you to continue showing me this thing at the start of season 2, and it doesn't feel like they did that.
Yeah, well,
It feels like they're wasting episodes at that point.
Nah,
Not exactly that.
I can't really like. Yazi's gonna say the same thing I'm about to say, because I know what happens pretty much. Like, I've kind of spoiled myself a little bit on like just like the main, like the big events in the stories, like what the first 3 or 4 volumes or whatever, and it's about what I expect. Without giving anything away, I mean, it's setting it up for what's going to be the meat of the story. Like,
Yeah.
that first season was just the first volume. Really, that was just to introduce us to like what's going on, who these characters are, you know, and then all the events of, you know, the season 1, like, is kind of like fueling their like sort of like what keeps them going, I guess, throughout the rest of the story. But it's not like the main story. Like we're just now getting into the main story of 86.
Yeah, but plus the one thing in season 2 is that there's also a much different world building too, like expanding on like the.
Well, yeah, because you're in a completely different country, you know.
Yep.
One that nobody thought even
Amazing.
existed anymore.
Yeah, like they gave no hint of that in season 1, and you know, like I'm fine with that development, but like
They did. They did hit at
I
it.
probably
like,
missed
yeah,
it then.
I mean, like, I'm sure it was probably just a few lines here and there, like it was easily missed. But like they mentioned in season 1 how like nobody knows what's happened to outside of the Legion taking over and just like running over everything. Like nobody knows what happened to the government of that country, and
Yeah.
I don't think they know what happened to the government of that. There's like what's the 3rd country either.
Yeah, like from the information they gave in those first 3 episodes of season 2, it seems like, you know, humanity's been cut off in sections, and the Legion's just kind of running wild at the moment.
Yeah, because
I'm sure there's more to it than that.
Oh, also because the way the Legion are they block communications and everything. That's the main thing in the technology season 1 is that
Breaks to the
they
right.
have
Scatter them Minovsky particles.
Yeah, so like humanity's like scattered in their own literal bubbles.
Yep.
But you see the country here is that they're putting up a decent fight and everything. I mean, they lose a lot of people, but they're actually still taking the fight onto the Legion themselves too, which is pretty cool.
I kind of get like the
Nice approach.
I kind of feel like the Russians in this case. It seems like.
They're more of the German. The German
Ready,
Empire.
You know, the whole like so far both of the countries that
Downhill?
we've been introduced to
break
so
to
far
the right.
both just feel like Prussia to me.
Yep.
Vaguely
Yeah.
Eastern European.
Ironically enough, some of the locations they use in this new country, they're based off like real life places in Germany, like that library, for example. That's based off a huge library in Germany.
Yeah, so like the new world power does feel a little Russian to me. Just, I'm not, no spoilers. I'm not gonna say why, but you watch that first episode and they talk about like what happened to the government. It sounds like Russia. That's what it
picked up on too.
That's what makes it feel like Russia. But honestly, like they both feel like Russia, Prussia. You know, it all has the same feel to it, really.
Yeah.
Ottoman Empire bullshit.
Yeah.
They're more Turkish.
Wonderful.
Yeah, that's Turkish. I don't think there's an Ottoman Empire equivalent in this world. I'm not sure. We haven't gotten to that country yet. To know what they're like,
Hold
but
12.
I somehow doubt it.
Oh, yeah.
What a pro. Yes.
I mean, you know, it kind of feels like Valkyria Chronicles.
That's pretty much what with the it's like an alternate, you know, universe, you know, with very similar, you know, like geography, you know, with
Yeah.
fictional countries.
Nice shot.
Like the names of Europe, like Europea, Eurasia, whatever fantasy-based Europe you want to call it.
Yeah, and people with supernatural powers too, but just a
Stop
lot
rolling,
more,
you damn ball.
What's the word I'm looking for? Still somewhat a post-apocalyptic too, somewhat.
Yeah.
Well, not
Actually, like
post-apocalyptic,
while we're on the subject, that I'll let you continue with 86, but like has anyone watched Tech Op Destiny yet?
Enron has.
No,
'Cause
I
they're-
haven't. I've been putting it off.
Because there's
I
something they
haven't
do.
watched
There's something they do in that show that's vaguely
Beautiful.
related to what we're talking about. Just so real quick, so like the story takes place in America, but the military there, they all wear this like vaguely Eastern European influenced overcoats, and it kind of bugs the shit out of me because it doesn't belong and it's very noticeable.
I think the reason why I haven't seen Tacked Off, so I don't know how they're portraying America in that show, but like everything
1970s good old fashioned America.
Oh, it is.
Yeah,
And not like America Imperial Power America, because
no,
that's
not even close.
okay. Because like I kind of wonder, like, because sometimes like whenever they like they want to imply that, oh, this country's military, like they're very imperialistic and whatever, like they give them the full on fucking like Eastern European or like Prussian Germany, like World War I kind of uniforms.
Yeah, we haven't seen marching boots yet, but it's getting pretty fucking close.
Yeah.
The thing is that it's a fantasy show that takes place in America with like aliens invading Earth or whatever. But like the style of the military in America is just it's slightly distracting. It's not like center stage, but it's slightly distracting.
Yeah. Well, you gotta
But
have
back to
fancy
86.
uniforms to sell figures.
Yeah, that's
So,
true.
Probably that's what
Yeah.
it's for. But yeah, right. So at 86, like I like the new character. I know everybody seems to hate her so far.
Why? She's funny.
I'm not saying
Nice
hate for her
shot.
actually.
Out of people who are just like casually watching 86 and like don't know much about it, like I see the whole like, oh, here comes the lolly crap, blah 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 blah.
Stop
like,
rolling,
they're-
goddammit.
But I actually like her character because maybe
What's
because
that
I know
power
I've spoiled
gauge?
myself a little bit on like who she is and all that stuff. So
Well,
like
they also hinted with season 1 as well.
It-
So.
yeah, so but I kind of like her so far.
She's actually pretty competent, actually. I mean, she's a little kid, but she's actually pretty smart and everything, too.
Yeah.
Didn't they kind of already spoil just who she is actually already?
In
though?
episode,
told you
Well,
who
they
she
told
is.
yeah,
you,
in
but
episode
they-
3,
they-
she straight out just says who she is.
And they also, it's a callback to the last episode of season 1 as well.
But like at first, well, no, that's spoilers. I won't even talk about that. I'll just say like you don't suspect
Hello, birdie bitch.
you don't suspect what she or who she is
Bother
until
either.
she actually starts talking, because like she's like the more that
Down
episode
here?
goes on, the more mature she
A break to the
sounds
left?
when she talks to the characters.
She's still pretty funny, though, right? Too,
Yeah.
because the way she's
Yeah,
acts
she-
like a kid, that's pretty cute.
Yeah,
Because they all tease her, they mess around with her.
that mascot thing though, that was
chance
fucking
here.
weird. I mean, they did explain it, but that
Slow
shit's
things
still
down.
weird. Like,
But they
what-
also do
To the
call it
left.
out, too. So.
like what military in their right fucking mind would even have a program like that? That's just bad news all around.
Yeah, they talk about the conversations like, yeah, that's just, it's like, who does that anymore? And also, that's a badass president.
God damn it.
Birdie
But
chance
yeah,
here.
man, now you get to see the mid-season upgrades.
Up here,
Yeah,
maybe?
the what are they called?
Right to the right.
Regaleaves? Regleaves?
Reagan leaves.
Reagan leaves.
Yep, Valkyrie name.
And of course, no one else can pilot
A
this.
birdie.
They're still coffins, pretty much, but
Birdie
they're just
chance
better made coffins.
Oh, so they're basically above
Downhill?
the ball.
Well,
Breaks left.
the season 1 units of Juggernaut, those were pretty much balls with legs. This one is actually quite better, but they're like this way too fast.
So it's a leader.
Cool.
Oh, Leo's
It's all
it
good.
has power.
This thing's
more
better
like
than a
the,
Leo.
It's a Toggies.
Uphill, maybe?
No, it's well, Toggies. Yeah,
Breaks
Toggies
neck.
makes sense.
You know, it will hurt the pilot using it if they're not careful
But it's
enough.
it's also the same thing as the thing from Gundam.
Juggernaut.
No,
God
what's the
damn
name
it,
of that fucking
I
thing?
suck. I fucking suck.
The thing from like the Gundam. Oh,
Downhill?
I see it in my. It's the freaking the Zuda. The Zuda. It's basically Zudas.
No, I was gonna say Zuda explodes on its own. This one is that you need to have like a strengthened body in order to withstand the G forces of this thing. Cause it's like it handles. It's way too fast for them to it'll like hurt them using it.
Hold of 13.
You know, unless you like.
Unless you got them Protag powers.
Yeah. But yeah, the new opening is so much better than season 1's opening.
Oh, I love it. I love those.
Also, the fact is also all original animation too.
So
Yep.
good.
Yeah, it's not a clip opening.
Season 1 was like about 70% clip opening.
Yeah.
Probably because they were hedging their bets. They
I
didn't,
agree.
they didn't want to like put forth a whole bunch of shit if they weren't getting the season 2.
Probably not.
Well, it was announced in the first place.
No, they already know. They already know that they're making season 2. I just think like we got the clip opening for season 1 because like they just didn't have enough time. They don't have enough time or resources to like make two
Cool.
distinct
Steady.
animated openings for each season. So they probably just threw together the clip opening for season 1 and then started working on this on the actual opening for season 2.
Oh, and
That's probably why they did it.
and let's
Right,
not
it's a
forget
fantastic
that.
song.
Let's not forget what's her face got her little nickname, Queen.
All hail the Bloody Queen.
Like I thought, like when I saw people call her Queen on the internet, I thought that was just some
Beautiful.
dumb fucking meme that the Simps were using. I didn't know that was actually a nickname that she was given in the show,
Oh yeah. No, it
or
is.
rather the novels.
I tweeted out the music video for the opening, like the actual music video for the 86 opening, the single. Man, they weren't fucking around with that video. That thing like
Could make a birdie.
that thing's intense. When I was watching, I was like, holy shit, this is like I feel kind of sick watching this.
Yeah, I mean, I even responded. I was like, this
Did you?
video is fucking weird. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I get it. Like, it makes complete sense to me. And it's it's the same kind of thing we've seen before, like games, life or death games or whatever. Like it's like the Running Man. I mean, shit like that has been going on since like the 70s.
honestly, it felt like one of those like
just
90s politicians that funded it. That like are like video games are like causing violence and shit like that.
Jack Thompson.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's very unsettling. The video is really unsettling.
Oh, is it for the first season or second season?
Second season opening.
Oh, I have not. Oh, the actual music itself? Or
No, it's actual music video, not like.
Oh,
the,
I have not seen it.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty good, but it's also it's extremely unsettling at the same time.
It's PUBG but more extreme.
Pretty much, yeah.
Break to the right.
Yeah, the opening itself is actually kind of pretty depressing if you look at the opening. That was in the second one.
Well, I mean, it's 86 is kind of depressing.
Careful.
so,
I
like,
mean, it fits the also,
yeah.
Sloping up.
Although I just wish there was
break
one
to the
thing I wish it did not spoil in the opening, so.
Well, they always do that shit. Like they'll put something in the
I
opening
know.
just because it's cool. And,
Well, a
and-
certain character, I mean, but yeah.
unless you've read.
If you haven't,
Go ahead.
if you haven't seen the show,
Breaks to
it's
the right.
basically out of context. You only feel like it's a spoiler in hindsight.
Well, I'm saying, but going from season 1 to season 2, I'm just not. I'm like, but it makes sense why they put it out this a bit bigger impact.
How dare you?
Slightly
How
spoiling the opening,
fucking
but-
dare you?
Oh well.
Oh, you mean because they show the big bad in the opening?
No, not that character. A certain other character.
Oh, I know what you're
Our
talking about
beloved
now.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about now. Yeah. Well, I mean, episode 3 like doesn't that character come back in episode 3 anyways? So.
Yes, they do, but I'm saying the opening is kind of
Code
spoils it.
14.
So.
It's a
I
palm tree.
looked up on it too. I was like, wait, why are they showing him? And then it was like, oh, all right.
I just find it funny because they're showing the opening, they're showing all the like launching for the air. If you look very carefully, you see 6 of those lights and everything, and that 6th one is that character, and it's still bouncing around the background as they're charging into battle. It's going very slowly. It's kind of funny, but it's like the support character, everyone's favorite.
He actually
the
comes. He actually comes with the Juggernaut that I have, like
Oh
like
yeah,
the general, like the regular.
one?
No, not the blade one, the other one, the regular
Oh.
one.
Oh, okay. The machine gun one.
Okay.
The machine gun and the cannon on the top, not the long range cannon, but the regular,
The regular
cannon.
one.
Yeah.
That's a weird thing. That long range one didn't even show up in the anime. That's just made for a model kit, which is kind of weird.
No, it was in the anime. I don't think anybody in Spearhead had, well, not the 5 main characters in Spearhead, but I think one of the other side characters that snuffed it in season 1 had the long range cannon.
Oh, okay. Then I did not know it because usually you think the actual sniper character would have used it, but
I think it was well, no, because the long range cannon isn't a sniper cannon. It's I'm gonna sit. It's more like artillery. I'm gonna sit back, behind everybody and blast this thing.
All right.
But it was it was the other girl, like the I think it was that girl that I think she dies in like episode 6 or 7 or 8.
Yeah.
well,
she got
multiple
pulled.
guys. So.
She shoots herself in the she commits suicide.
Oh,
inside
I know you.
that girl. Yeah, I think she was the one that had that long range cannon. If I'm not
Okay,
mistaken.
that makes sense.
I don't remember her name, but
most of it don't matter. So.
yeah, I mean it's just there to like give
the
motivation
birdie.
for.
What's it called? I like the
Sloping
grunt
up.
models they use in the new
Break
country
to the
too.
right.
The
Oh yeah,
Madden
those green ones. Yeah, those things are cool.
Yeah, I mean, they're not that slow either. Because in episode 3, you see Shin using a flip on one of those things.
It's the Sherman of that.
Yeah. It's the
More or less.
T-34.
For the birdie.
If we're going by the Russian standards, it's more of a T-34.
Sloping up.
Yep. So
That
those things
breaks
actually
left.
can pack quite a few punch, but yeah, it's just that then they get overwhelmed as you see get their ass kicked. So yeah, good shit.
All I know is episode 3, dude gets fucking pulped. I'm not gonna say who, but dude gets
yeah.
pulped.
That was still
Yeah.
pretty depressing to see. I read the novel, and it's actually worse than the anime. Like it's actually far more graphic in there.
Yeah,
that
when I was skimming the episode, I saw I saw the frames of that, and I was like, ugh.
Just relax.
Yeah, that scene was like they animated his fucked up body
That
like
breaks
really
left.
well. Like I'm surprised they went that gory with it.
I mean, this is '86. They still went like lots of gore and everything.
Well, the thing is, like none of the other characters that died were like that fucked up. Like I think that's the worst it's been, to be honest.
Great
Honestly,
work.
for comedic value, Shin should have asked, hey, do you
It's
need
all
a hand?
good. You can do this.
Give him a body.
A break to the left.
Hey man, his brother got ahead.
Boo.
They all got ahead.
Boo.
Yeah, but I was gonna say it also makes sense
Thank you.
because
Thank you.
that's one of the things they kind of changed from the novel is that they kind of explain
It's all good.
in more in depth how they got to the other
can do
country,
this.
but they kind of like did an interesting visual thing here with in the first episode.
Ooh. Yeah, that's the advantage of animation. Like you can I guess elaborate on things that happen in the mangas or the novel with visual not tricks, but like visual not cues. I'm trying to think of a good way to say this.
More creative ways of representing it.
Creative visual
Well,
like,
show
15.
no
It's a par
tell.
5.
Show but don't tell.
no, not even that. Like it's because the Kaguya anime did this with a not because you read the Kaguya manga and you're like this is pretty much close to perfect as it is. Like there's no way the anime can make this better, but they do with different just clever visual sequences or whatever.
Creative direction.
Creative
Yeah,
direction. There you
that's
go.
the
Creative
best word.
direction.
That's
Different
perfect
cuts.
word.
Oh man, now I'm in the water too. Fuck.
Oh yeah,
Stuff like that. Like
what's it called? Even because I read the novel, the thing is the anime actually has a lot better way of cueing all these things in visual motion and everything, especially for everything from like the last episode of season 1. All the things you see there, the main character Shin's imagining everything, like his conversations going on. All that's like brand new with the visual representation and everything. So I thought that's actually a very creative way of doing things.
And
Yeah,
I haven't read the. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say, well, you're translating something that's usually in comic form to an animated platform. or not platform, but medium, animated medium. So like taking creative direction and sometimes improving upon it is like the best way to go.
Exactly, you don't want to like read one-for-one translation because the thing is, it still sticks close to source material, but also goes further with it too, rather like cutting things out or something.
Yeah, like you always want to like do what you can to take advantage of the medium you're working with, and not just create something frame by frame. Because then you're not bringing anything to the table for the people who've already read the light novel or not visual novels. Manga. I'm thinking visual novels. I'm thinking about Melty.
Yeah. You still lament to this day that you went through that lore.
Yeah, that sucked.
I'm not fearful. I was gonna say that also everything from that season 1, you know, what they did with Fido in that episode, all that stuff was brand new, and that was like a perfect way to like
that's what I was about to say. I have not read the light novels, but I have a feeling that that whole sequence with about Fido in like episode 9, 8 or 9. I have a feeling that was not how it was in the light novel, and it makes it, you know, like it makes it a lot
more
better.
powerful and emotional.
Yep, for sure.
Fido's half episode was really good.
That was like the second best part of 86. The second best thing in 86 was that half episode about Fido.
Cool.
The funniest thing was because he was all just keep on even when we see 5%, it's like, which food do you think is better, this crappy ration or that? You see Fido just chucking away the crappy food with his arm. I'm like, that shit is cute as hell. And him messing around with the cat, like he plays with the cat's toy and everything, cause
right on the edge of the fairway there.
Speaking of cat, the cat finally got a damn name.
Yeah, TP, which stands for Thermopolis.
Yeah.
Because Shin also likes to read all those weird ass books and everything. That's why they gave him a nickname.
Well, like everyone in Spearhead was always calling the cat a different name.
In the water.
So it never truly had a name until what's her face took it in.
Right.
Yep.
But yeah, I've been trying to catch up with anime, and baseball playoffs has made it impossible.
I was gonna say, Andrew, you still haven't seen Sakugan yet, have you?
No, I can't.
You are missing out on a lot of fun.
So
right?
good.
I am gonna binge it sometime this weekend, but like I said, baseball playoffs keep getting in the way of me like catching up on shit because
I guarantee you are gonna like it, Andrew.
It's like 7 hours of baseball every day, dude. Like I just can't get away from it.
No, perfectly fine, man. But we definitely think you're gonna enjoy, man. It is
I'm sure I will.
Fun.
Sure will. No, everybody's had nothing but positive things to say about it. So
so far they're off to a good start. They haven't dropped the ball. Episode 3.
Fact is also
episode
wacky, too.
3 a little, because like episode 1 and 2, you feel like that they're off to the races, and the plot is starting. Episode 3, they kind of don't cover anything about the plot. They just started their journey.
On the green.
But it's still good. Still real good.
Nice looking.
I'll watch it.
Apparently the term Sakuga just means digging, right?
I don't
the way
know.
they say it, they
I
start
never
digging.
looked it up.
I know, they said it in the episode. It's like, let's Sakuga, and it's like, it translates to digging.
I probably wasn't paying attention to that part.
Good approach.
It's like one of the last sequences, and they were just like, digging through everywhere. But
Stay calm there. Sloping up.
I don't think it's a real Japanese word.
Probably not. So they're probably one of those little translation things he did. But it's
No, it's because the original title of the novel, I guess,
Uphill maybe?
was Sacks and Guns.
That breaks
So
left.
that's where they got Sakugan from.
That sounds awesome.
I mean, it makes sense given the music in the show.
That also sounds like like some sort of like American Western film, Sacks and Guns.
kind of, yeah. But the only thing I've caught up on is Love Live Superstar. I finished that last night. Everything else, I still have yet to got to get working on.
Well, yes. Well,
This year own.
some of the architecture.
Also, some of it seems like it was taken from Macross Frontier as well with some of the visuals. Cause
that
other
makes
things
sense.
looks like some of the things look like there's
That breaks left.
Damn it!
satellite that helped work on this. So
Fucking piece of shit.
or satellite, I mean. But yeah, but the opening's pretty cool. Even
Oh, I love the
it was Masaki Endo, of Jam Pride, but it's actually very upbeat opening.
Yeah, I like the music. The music's pretty good, but I think what really stands out is the animation for that opening.
Nice.
Like, it stands out
Yes.
way more than the song does.
I still crack up every time I see the opening, and the word danger pops up when they're running from the kaiju in the
Yeah,
opening.
yeah. I think they threw half the fucking budget at the opening.
I mean, at least half budget is
16.
better than using
It's
all
par
the budget,
five.
like in what's it called, Rekka Loras War TV.
But no, that opening animation is eye candy.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember how disappointing Lotus War TV was. And then this was on VHS. This is like back in the days where you watch everything on Phantom VHS.
Oh, I was gonna say, Kyokai Senki also came on this week too. That was also pretty good.
I haven't caught up. I need to catch up with the. How many episodes are they up to now? 3 or just 2?
Three.
Okay.
Yeah,
I've only
sunrise.
watched the first episode, so.
Yeah, it's a sunrise show, so I expect that to be slow, and it is. So like, I'm not expecting things to pick up until like around episode 10 or 11.
But boy, if you love nationalism, you'll love it that.
Yeah, it's actually, I take that back when I said before. I'm like, this doesn't seem so
Yeah, they lay that shit on real thick.
Then I saw this episode, I'm like, yep, that's the real nationalism right there.
I told y'all.
Well, I remember,
all the cues in episode 1 where they were all there, all those hints were there, and I just
well, mind you, we've seen Code Geass, and people expect to be like Code Geass, and they're not wrong about that. So with the nationalism thing, so.
Yeah, they even threw the I guess first female character at the main lead. I was like, so you gonna ride his dick to get the Jordan T? Is that what's about to happen? Because that's what it looks like.
She's
about to
gonna
happen.
Uso that character? They're gonna Uso that character?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't see her making it past the next episode. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, same here. Like the death flags are thick and ripe.
And at least they explained the mecha's origin, at least.
Yeah.
You know, rather than saying, like, oh, it's a secret super. It's like, oh yeah, we were supposed to get that thing.
Yeah, I'll watch that this weekend as well if I can
Amazing.
find time. Because
Animation is still gorgeous.
there's no college football games I'm interested in this weekend since my team's on a bye, so I can watch anime in place of that, I guess.
No, trust me, I understand. Because like I've been trying to split my time between video games and keeping caught up with fucking anime.
Well, my time is being split between free time is being split between like fucking around with camera shit, baseball playoffs, and then on Sundays. Well, Sundays are all NFL anyways. Like I don't watch anything else with fucking football on Sundays. And then my gaming time is being sucked up by Hell Let Loose because a friend of mine is playing it now and he wants to play like every single day. And he's like texting me, he's like, "Hey man, are you gonna play today?" And I was like, "Oh man, all right, fine."
Yeah, I've been forcing myself to watch anime by like coming home from work, taking a shower, eating food, and then firing up whatever's new that I have on my streaming services.
Yeah.
Well, I've been doing it by just waiting, just like doing it at like 1 or 2 in the morning. That's how I fit it in. I just wait to do it like super late right before I go to sleep when I don't have anything else going on.
So good.
And then try to watch it. So we'll see how far I get into the backlog this weekend.
Could make a birdie.
I'm definitely gonna do Sakugan
Slow
first.
things down.
We would
break
love
to
to
the
hear your
left.
thoughts when you do watch Mecha. It's fun talking about it. So.
See, I just always watch shit whenever I'm eating. It's just easier to manage.
No, that's fun too. That way I can sit with the food.
I do that if I don't have to read subtitles.
All right.
Like,
Yeah, I don't like watching stuff when I'm eating because of the very
Birdie
reason.
chance here.
Yeah, like I don't want to be like
Downhill.
my face halfway into a
Break to
bowl
the
of
right.
ramen while I'm trying to read fucking subtitles. To me, that's just annoying.
Yeah, same here.
Birdie chance here.
Yeah, because I'm gonna miss something. I'll be
Yeah.
looking down at my
Break to the
food
right.
or whatever. I'm gonna miss something, so that's why I don't do it.
Yeah, but like anything that I can just get away with like half watching or listening to, then I like something on
It's all
Netflix. I'll watch it while I'm eating.
Like I'll eat while I'm watching sports because they describe the action to you anyways. You know, so it's
Or
like you're not
if
gonna
I'm
miss
catching up on
anything.
news or some shit.
Or if you're rewatching something.
or binge watching something. I actually eat when I binge watch something. I take my time.
Oh, I didn't hit that hard enough. Look.
Damn.
Yeah, if it's like a single episode or
on
something,
this.
you know, I just
Of course.
watch it for, you know, without eating. But if it's like a bunch of episodes, just binging all at once, then I usually eat something with it. You know,
4 to
I'll be
17.
very slowly.
It's a
But
par 4.
well, the easiest thing probably eat was like pizza, pretty much when you're watching something. I forgot to bring this up. What's it called? Gundam Breaker Badlog.
Oh yeah, I was about to ask about that earlier.
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, it is quite fun. Obari is fucked. The good one.
Yeah,
Only
like,
8 minutes.
When I watched it, at first I didn't quite enjoy it because there was a lot of story things that they were skipping around. Then I realized it's an 8-minute short, so there's probably a lot of stuff like plot shit they wanted to put in that they couldn't.
Well, they're gonna go on with the episode 2. They're supposedly gonna continue with the story in the next couple episodes. So I don't know if they're all gonna be one shots like this or they're gonna continue shit, but it's definitely interesting.
I don't think they'll be one shots. I think they'll all weave together because just from the ending, like all the characters together in the ending or whatever. Like I'm pretty sure it's gonna be all just one big continuous story and not like separate or whatever.
Because the entire time I was like, how are you getting from point A to point B? None of this shit makes sense. And then I was like, oh, this thing's only 8 minutes long.
No, the combat, the fight choreography was great too, especially the
It made sense to me. Like it made like I didn't feel that way at all. Like the whole thing made sense to me. Just
That was pretty
because,
straightforward, so.
I mean, it's not like they were jumping around. Like they jumped from one thing and then they jumped to another thing, and then the character kind of goes into like, you know, what happened or whatever to get to that point, and then she goes off into that simulator or whatever. Like I get it. The only thing that didn't quite make sense, the only thing that didn't make sense was the appearance of like the other girl,
the pro player.
Yeah,
that was out of left field for me.
That was kind of weird, but I guess she'll probably come back.
Is
in like
she
another
from
episode or
New
whatever.
Breaker or from the Mobile Breaker?
I don't know because I didn't get too far into either one of them. She kind of reminds me of like that student class president girl from New Breaker. That girl was also kind of insane in New Breaker too. So like I don't know if that's the same character or not. But she looks kind of like her though.
I know it's the same universe, so. But I do recognize the pink-haired girl though. That's a chick from Breaker 2.
Yeah, she's a chick from the mobile game. Yep.
Oh, also Breaker 2.
The pink-haired girl?
Yeah, I remember all those TV announcements and everything with that girl talking on the screen. That's her.
That was a
In
lucky
Breaker
ass
2.
suit.
You know when you go to the map and everything, she's like, you know, makes all those announcements and everything. Not the actual main story, but you're outside of it.
No.
I think that's her.
I don't know. I have to look. But the pink-haired girl, as she is in this show, is the character from the mobile game.
So it might be the same character too, but I could be wrong. Let's go.
Because it's the cast of the mobile game plus the cast of Breaker 3. We even see Robota in there very, very briefly. So I guess he's gonna be in there too.
Yeah, but the L's called what's the one? The Barbaro unit, the asteroid at
Barbaros.
No, not one before it became Barbataros. The one in the beginning, the one that's the asteroid Barbaro.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Yeah, that was still pretty cool to see, but yeah. And then I guess like Command Quanta.
I don't know. I didn't pay any attention to any of those units. Really, pretty much. I did just like, yeah, it's just whatever.
Oh yeah, well, I looked at the custom units before it came out, so it's still pretty cool to see. Because the Command Quanta, that was like a little pun to SD Gundam, because it was like the Command Gundam just went done with the 00 Quanta, so.
A birdie!
Nailed
it! It's all good.
Nice
shot. Cool, and I'm looking forward to more.
Great.
Stay cool.
Especially Obari, you know, just loves to work on these
Yeah, again, it's
bad
just it's an
luck
excuse for them to draw cool battles. That's all it is. Much like the other battle logs.
I mean, has it really been like an actual bad log so far?
Not really. Like if you
That's
just take
why
it, if you take it
why
at
they
face
have-
value.
The
then-
finale! Hold
And plus, you know, it's also short, easy fun, and also they can mess around. They pay more for the higher budget animation too because it's shorter.
Yeah, we won't get our meat and potatoes until next year. I'm fine with it.
Plus, we get we get more of Best Breaker Girl Misa.
See, I don't have the context that you guys for the Breaker games. I don't have that background because I never really played any of the Breaker games.
You play 3.
That's probably what led to my confusion after watching it.
To be fair, I didn't really care much for her because that Breaker 3 I thought was kind of alright with the characters, but I like Breaker 2 better in every way. But
damn it,
Breaker 3 is still pretty decent, but it has some amusing characters in there. But it just all the shit.
Yeah, I can't. I remember. It's like I don't have the power for this, so I have to. I gotta do this the boring way.
Yeah, you can. Well, I mean, if you want to avoid the sand trap, unlike me, you probably either have to shoot it short or shoot it off to the side.
I like the girl in the mobile game too. She's cool. From what little of the mobile game that I actually played.
So good.
The pro-player girl?
No, the other one, the pink hair girl.
Yeah, that's no
in the ending.
That hurts.
Looking great.
I'm just curious what the main character from Mobile Breaker is.
Considering you're that far ahead, I would declare it. Declare it unplayable and keep your lead.
The trailer for that fairy thing. The
Fairy Operation.
Fairy thing. That thing that actually seemed pretty neat. Like, I don't care about that game, but I kind of want to play like the fairy stuff though. Just
the
Careful of your life.
It is pretty much like a single player version of Battle Operation. It's gonna be an offline based.
Single player. What's the word? Complement for Battle Operation.
That's your putter.
Yep.
You don't want to hit with that. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
All I know is that
You're just gonna have to take the L.
All I know from what I've heard that the blonde chick is like a very, very deep, obscure cut to like a Xeon Ace pilot that no one's ever heard of to this day. So that's rather amusing, but because all the other girls are from like Lost World Chronicles and those Gundam battle games.
Yeah, because the redheaded girl is like she's like an operator in some other video game.
Oh yeah, number of them like operators.
Keep your lead.
Yeah. I thought I was like one up, but apparently not. I was like,
if you try your luck, you might end up +3 or +4.
I've already declared it unplayable, and like this is what it gives me. It's like
that sucks.
And I saw the kits that are coming out for that fairy thing, and there's more of the riders. So like we have Pale Rider, now we have White Rider and Black Rider, and there's a Red Rider from like a manga or something. So like now we have like red, black, white, and pale.
Do we have a Knight Rider?
Nope, no Knight Rider.
Do we have a Ghost Rider?
Water hazard.
I'm surprised there's no Ghost Rider. Seriously. Knight Rider, I think you might run into some copyright.
Wait. Is there a Dick Rider?
Stop.
Oh, God. Ghost Rider makes more sense though. Like.
Yeah, but you're gonna also have to talk to Disney about that one.
Ari's pilot, David Hasselhoff.
You know what? I paid money for that.
The only way
David Hasselhoff piloting the mech, I paid money for it.
Yeah, the only way to defeat it is those
Nice
cheeseburgers.
looking great.
Don't get that one.
Well, I always forget that there's a Marvel character called Ghost Rider, Marvel or DC, whichever, I don't know, but
Marvel
character called Ghost Rider.
That's
I
why
was thinking of Ghost Rider. I was thinking of Ghost Rider from Top Gun. The guy, Tom Skerritt's character. I think it was Tom Skerritt. No, not Tom Skerritt. Fuck, I can't remember whose character it was, but Negative Ghost Rider, the pattern's full. That guy.
Yeah.
Anyways.
That guy.
No good.
Yeah. Top Gun character.
Man, don't nobody remember him. People only remember Maverick and Goose.
Yep,
and Iceman.
Iceman.
And Iceman.
I mean, I remember
Val Kilmer.
Merlin, which was like Maverick's like second wingman.
Yeah, it was God, who was he? He was that's the guy who played Merlin. Fuck, who's that guy?
Nice shot.
Go look him up.
I see his face in my head. I just can't get the name out.
Watch that power gauge.
Oh no.
There's also
Wrong guy.
There's also Viper as well.
Goose, no.
And I forget what was Michael
Tim
Ironside's
Robbins.
called.
Tim Robbins is one of the pilots in that movie, and I don't know if he was Merlin or not.
Enron, for the new Top Gun, they're using a Super Hornet, right?
It's a Hornet. I don't know which variant. It probably is a Super Hornet because that's like the main one they use. So.
Especially the Navy, yeah.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be Super Hornet.
I'm pretty sure it's a Super Hornet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Tim Tim Robbins was Merlin in Top Gun.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense because in the original
see
Top Gun,
this-
the original Top Gun was an F-14, and in
Yeah.
real life, the Super Hornet replaced it as a Navy fighter. It makes sense.
It's out.
Well, yeah, because I mean, there's no F-14. Like, there hasn't been an F-14 flying in the sky for what 10 years now.
Outside, like the Blue Angel air shows and stuff like that. So.
No, they don't even fly them either.
Yeah.
They don't fly them
They've been flying the Hornet. They've been flying the Hornet for like 20 years now. 25
Actually,
years.
I think the last actual operator of the F-14, I think, was Iran or Iraq, one or the other.
Oh, they still have
Nice.
those
Iran.
out there.
Iran.
damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, they still have those.
Up
Yeah.
here,
Yeah, I
maybe?
went +4 and
Yeah,
I
that's-
still ended up
Right.
2.
That shit killed your score.
Because we ended up,
Yeah, I got I went for it and I paid for it like super hardcore.
destroying any remaining F-14 parts that we had around just so the Iranians couldn't get spare parts for it anymore.
Yeah.
Fucking suck.
Oh, the F-14 is in Top Gun too.
Yeah, CG.
Yeah, but
Yep,
it's
CG.
a CG one, and we all speculated that it's probably just going to be a
Flashback.
yeah.
Brakes to the right.
That makes sense.
I mean, I can't really see any reason why it would be anything else. It would just not make sense in that movie.
Yep.
Yep.
I mean, why just it just makes no sense. That's all.
No, because like I said, it's been retired for like over 10 years at this point. So.
And they're so damn hard to come by anyway. There's no way in hell you're gonna find one in flying condition anymore.
And it also just wouldn't make sense, especially when we were on military use like such outdated, planes and everything.
Yeah, so that's what I was getting at. Is like, why would the military field an outmoded like a plane like that in the present when it's supposed to take place in when the movie was supposed to come out in 2020? A plane that's like what, 30 years old, 40 years old?
More like 40 years old. Yeah.
40 years. Did it come out of the 70s?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was in development in the mid 60s.
Yeah, a lot of shit usually takes about 20 years of development before it actually hits.
Oh yeah, did the F-22 come in like the late 90s?
Like early 2000s, but started production in like the early 80s, so when they were testing it. So that takes quite a bit of time.
Yeah.
You guys,
flight of the
are you
F-4
guys finished when you're in?
Yeah, we're done.
Okay. Let me make another room.
First flight of the F-14 was 1970, so it was definitely in development in the mid 60s.
Yeah.
That's how old the Tomcat is.
Well, I was gonna say I still remember the first Ace Combat 8 Combat. There is a F-22 on the logo on the cover of the game, but back then.
Well, yeah,
still...
F-22s were already unveiled to the public, and like, you saw photos of them and shit in the late 80s. So that makes sense. That's how old the F-22 is. The F-22 was. I mean, I remember first seeing the F-22 show up in shit when I was like, 13, 14 years old. So that's how old the F-22 is too. Like, people don't realize the F-22 is that old, but it is. It's like 30 years old now.
Yep, it first flew in 1997.
Well, I mean, as a concept, anyways. Like, it was well under development testing like 30 years ago, and the first flight, like you said, was 23 years ago.
Okay, let's see. For this room,
It's not useless F-35. But...
Okay, here you are. Thank you very much.
Not even Ace Combat can make me like the
all right. Varnus, join this room. Mal, you can join this room, and Boss Johnson, you
Come
join
back
this
soon.
room.
All right.
And then I'm gonna.
Actually, you know what? I need to sit out because I need to eat dinner. So
Go for it.
I'll sit this one out.
All right, that's fine. Then
Be right
Boss
back.
Johnson,
Actually,
are you gonna sit out for 2, Varnus?
yeah, I need to get lunch.
Okay.
Darlo, have you seen one of these rooms called the Turd Burglar?
No.
I follow that all the time.
All right, Boss Johnson, you can join this room. Mao is here, and Yazi, you can join this room, and I'll just start the room. Since we have 2 people sitting out, like, I don't need to split the rooms now.
Sure.
Rob says the Concorde as a plane was like mid-late 60s and became a proper flying thing in the 70s.
Yeah, it takes quite a bit of time for development. Like I know,
And especially testing too.
yeah, like I know, like for example, even though it's not an aircraft, but the M1 Abrams, I mean that thing was in testing like really early in the 70s. It was still constant in the late 60s and didn't hit like actual production and service life till like the mid 80s.
Didn't like the SR-71 take like a ridiculous amount of time also to like develop too?
Yeah,
Like,
that took quite a bit of time.
That thing was like, I think in development from like as early as like, I want to say like the 40s, and it didn't really hit until like...
Probably the concept maybe, because the first actual jet came out in the 40s, but you know, production wise, but
I would say I don't know the exact, you know, research of the SR-71, but I would say probably the very late 40s, like 1949 to probably around the 50s. In fact, I'd more confidently say the 50s, like late 50s.
Yeah, like, that seems more reasonable, but I just know that like it took fucking forever. Like, that thing was like rethought like a lot before it like actually appeared.
Rob says the SR-71 had a bunch of variants before the SR-71 itself, and they all look similar.
Yeah, and they were all called the RS series. until Lyndon B. Johnson like mispronounced it.
Well, yeah, because it's a variant of the A-12.
No, I'm just making it like a funny like aircraft joke, which is that.
Oh, okay.
Because when the SR-71 was announced, it was actually originally called the RS-71. And Lyndon B. Johnson, when he was announcing the aircraft, he mispronounced it as the SR-71. And the United States military, particularly the Air Force, changed the model number to the SR-71 because, as they put it, it's just easier for us to change the model number than it would be to correct the President of the United States.
Of course.
That's why the government is now looking to change the ATF to the AFT. Because Biden keeps calling it that.
Yeah, see? There you go. History repeats itself.
Rob says it makes him wonder in X-Men how Professor X managed to fund a custom-built model.
Wow.
Oh, he read the minds of the researchers, man. He stole that shit. He NFT'd it.
Yeah, but you still gotta build it.
Well, that's the U.S. We can find ways to cheat.
He probably Jedi mind tricked them.
Beautiful.
No, he charged school that shit. He stole money from the school.
I totally would mind control people into building me one and then just erase their memories.
They stole it and somehow gave it upgraded to have VTOL abilities.
Nice.
Jesus.
Great.
Do you remember that
Gets
episode?
shot out all the time too. So
Does anybody remember that episode in like X-Men Evolution where they took the Blackbird for a joyride?
I did not watch much of X-Men Evolution.
Same. I watched the first season, but anything after that, I cannot remember for life.
But that totally sounds like something Kitty Pryde would do.
Well, it wasn't Kitty Pryde. It was Avalanche. Well, actually, no, it wasn't.
Avalanche is a reckless one.
Careful of the gate.
Okay, it wasn't Avalanche. He got blamed for it though. So
rightfully so. He wouldn't be the type that usually does that kind of stuff. So
yeah, and the whole premise was that a lot of people in the school, they hijacked it just to take it for a joyride. Kitty Pryde and like Avalanche got dragged into it, and they got chased down by the military, essentially. And in order to lose the military, Kitty Pryde basically phased the entire plane through a rock, and the entire military basically just labels it as a UFO incident.
But no one drew a penis drawing with it, so how could it be UFO?
I don't get that.
There's a real life incident that happened. Was it like 2 years ago, where a military
It was early this year. It was early this year or like late last year.
It was late last year where a military plane drew like a giant penis with balls, and consider like a UFO, something like a UFO incident or something.
Yeah, I mean, the penis and balls thing was out west, and I think that pilot got like suspended or some shit.
Yeah, he got a lot of trouble, but
It was just a flight pattern, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
he Samu Dyson that shit.
Yeah, or he just decided, like, you know what? This is my weak witch of the West moment.
Rob says he watched more of the '90s Fox cartoon than he did of Evolution.
Same here.
Most people did.
Nice shot.
That 90s X-Men is better than 90s Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's not saying much.
Yeah,
no, that 90s Spider-Man does not.
They both had janky ass animation and questionable writing.
But the X-Men didn't censor any of the killing. They still killed off people in that show.
Yeah.
Oh, 2017. The giant cock and balls in the sky was 2017. There's a picture of it in the Discord.
I thought it happened like 2 years ago. But
No.
I thought it was more recent.
Yeah, I thought it was more recent.
It happened in 2017. Now they admitted that it was them, the Navy, the Navy pilots. They admitted to it in 2019, but the incident actually happened in 2017.
Okay, that's what it was. Then. Thank you. I was gonna say every time I think of the real life military play, I think of the Muv-Luv variants. So ironically, that follows from the history of some of these units too. So
Rob says Spidey held up better than X-Men.
Ugh,
Nice
hell
approach.
no. I mean, Spidey still has.
There are things in Spider-Man that held up better, but not by much, I would say.
Not by much. And plus, Spectacular Spider-Man's a better show.
I will thank Spider-Man for one thing. It introduced me to the character Blade. Because I was never reading any of the Marvel or any comics really at the time.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. Hey, but you know what? The X-Men did have an anime opening in Japan that had nothing to do with the show itself.
Oh yeah, I've seen those openings before.
Yeah, the ones where they find the xenomorphs from aliens.
They're pretty cool, actually.
They are pretty cool. Some of the episodes were a few of the episodes were made by Japanese staff too. Like there was like big animation changes some of the episodes.
A lot of animation back then was and still is.
But yeah, I don't think the 90s Spider-Man was like that way though. But yeah, I know X-Men was a few episodes.
Damn you, game. Damn you.
I think X-Men was also longer than Spider-Man. I could be wrong.
Good approach.
I think I don't know. They both ran
I know it's
pretty long. I think X-Men was actually longer though.
That's what I was thinking. So.
I don't remember if it was longer or if it just felt longer.
Let me Google it.
You look up X-Men, I'll look up Spider-Man.
X-Men felt longer just because they had different story arcs that they were covering.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
Like they went all the way up to the Phoenix Saga. I think that's when I stopped paying attention.
It was 5 seasons and 76 episodes long. The X-Men.
I'm looking at Spider-Man here. 5 episodes, 65 episodes, so it's like 10 episodes less. So I do know the show got canceled.
Just relax.
Like if you actually watch the show, like you can clearly tell the show got canceled.
Yeah, I don't remember anything of Spider-Man beyond Sinister Six.
They did Secret Wars. Like that was like one of the last things they did.
Huh. Yeah, I remember Sinister Six. I remember what's his face, Craven. I remember Morbius and Blade. I think that's about it. I think I stopped paying attention after that.
I did a few crossovers here and there. They put like Iron Man in a few episodes along with.
Yeah, they did an X-Men crossover too. On top of that.
I vaguely remember that.
Around that time, they did that with the Hulk TV show as well. But ironically enough, the Hulk did not show up in any of these other crossovers. But I know characters from these shows like the Shield, some Shield agents did crossover. So.
Oh yeah, I remember Nick Fury showing up in both shows from time to time. That was also pretty hilarious.
Nice shot.
Yeah. pre Samuel Jackson looking
Yeah,
Nick Fury.
Old
Pre-
white.
Pre-black Nick Fury.
Yep, I also remember that the whole TV show, the first season had a better budget than the second one, because the second season they got more. I guess it was pretty much being canceled. It was like
David Hasselhoff, Nick Fury.
I always thought like Nick Fury, like in the '90s show, always reminded me of Bruce Wayne.
Cool. Nice shot.
I can see that.
That's always how it like looked to me.
Good roll.
Yeah.
Good roll.
Who remembers Spider-Man Unlimited?
I do.
I do.
Back it's
I
on
do.
Disney
I
Plus.
remember it being a thing, but I never watched it.
It's supposed to be a
nice.
It's supposed to be a spiritual successor to like.
The animated, the '90s Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I believe it's on Disney Plus, if I remember correctly.
It is.
It is.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah,
And that's another Spider-Man show that also got canceled too.
most of these Spider-Man shows got canceled because the
Amazing.
MTV Spider-Man also got canceled.
Well, I'm just saying, like it got canceled. You can clearly tell because it never resolved its climax. It was like in the last episode. It's like, okay, where's the rest of the show? We're not doing. It's like, well,
There's no rest of the show. That's all you get.
I actually remember being very bitter as a kid when I watched that. I said like, I'm fucking angry.
How do you think I feel with as a kid when Beast Wars got canceled after its like second season? And yes, I realize it's a terrible show in hindsight, but I was upset.
That show never got canceled.
Nice shot.
No, I know. It continued on in Canada, but like in America, it went away.
No, it fully finished in America.
You sure?
Yes.
I can tell you and literally tell you this. You're wrong, because I
Okay.
actually watched that show from beginning to end.
Same here. I saw the show on UPN.
Yeah.
Okay, that's probably why I never because I was watching it when it was airing on Fox, and then for some like I think you know what they replaced its time slot with Pokemon. That's what it was.
That was
Probably.
Yeah,
That was
because it was airing at 6:30 in the morning, and then
Although
took over
Pokemon
the time
did,
slot.
although Pokemon did show up on UPN, the UPN network, so before it went to WB, so he's not.
Oh,
wrong.
you're right. That sounds about right.
Yeah, I didn't
That
have
was
I didn't have UPN at the time.
Yeah, but
All
no,
these years.
What you mean? You enjoyed Techno Man and that original weird version of Sailor Moon back in the UPN days? So you had to watch it like 5 a.m. in the morning.
Nope, never got those.
And that old obscure cut of Dragon Ball Z.
My consolation prize was Ronin Warriors on TNT.
I thought it was Cartoon Network that showed that.
They probably did. Actually, they did later in the.
That was later on,
yeah.
Yeah, that was later on, way later on.
Wow.
But like
Yeah,
the
way later.
Ronin Warriors on TNT, that was like probably late '90s, early 2000s.
I think for me, it was on. It aired on like channel 11 on my part, which is basically a Fox own channel.
Yeah.
But it aired at like 5 or 7 a.m. in the morning.
This is the
Or
first time
no,
hearing this.
it was 5. It was 5 a.m. because I literally had to wake up like at 4 a.m. just to watch, just to make sure I didn't miss the show when I was watching it.
Wow. Huh. Did not know that. I thought it aired Toonami before anything else, but I guess that.
That was when
on
it
Crunchyroll
aired.
right
It was
now.
way later.
Ronin Warriors. I first watched it. It was like on a. It first came to syndication. So, in like '95 or '96 was the first time I saw it on TV in America.
Wow.
And it was like on a local like the local Fox station or whatever, but at like 2 in the afternoon, not like network Fox. It was clearly local syndication. Kind of thing.
Careful
And
of
I think
your
I think you're misremembering. I don't think it was on TNT. I think it was on USA Network.
Yeah, that's that
Possibly.
actually sounds way more.
Because it was hard.
Japanese dub
Because
is
I
on
remember.
Crunchyroll right now.
Yeah, because I remember it got on USA Network as
Yeah.
part of that little that afternoon like cartoon train show that they had going on, where they just showed like a bunch of shit like one after the other.
Yeah.
And it was on at the same time. Like either they
Oh,
either
yeah. Are you
showed
talking about
Sailor
the
Moon.
action block on USA Network?
Yeah.
No, it was called the Cartoon Express, I think.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
it was called the cartoon.
Yeah, one of the cartoons that they always, or
Careful
I
of
guess
your
they had the
life.
rights to was Mortal Kombat, the cartoon.
Mortal Kombat, Wing Commander.
Yes, Wing Commander.
Street Fighter.
Yeah,
They
and
also-
Street Fighter.
They were also still showing Transformers and GI Joe even back then.
Oh yeah, but those things were still together. Oh, don't forget Ultra Force. Ultra Force.
I wish I could.
Wing
forget
Commander
all-
hit me right in nostalgia right there. Oh my god.
And then the weird thing is they had a crossover character with all those shows, so like obscure ass dude like teleporting between all those shows. Like,
Yes, Defenders of the Realm.
By the way, Rob,
you got-
Rob asks when did DBZ start hitting channels?
Good approach.
Somewhere around like 96. I
Yeah,
want to say.
95, 96, something like that.
Finally.
Yeah, and those were also on syndication channels on some of the other channels that we were talking about.
Ugh, that is so wrong. Was
Dark-
that better or
Dark-
worse than the Street Fighter show?
Uh,
Oh, don't forget there's a Darkstalkers cartoon as well, though.
Oh, fuck you, game!
Fuck
Forgot about that.
Birdie chance here.
Oh, that Darkstalkers cartoon is so bad. Morgan cannot even
Sloping
keep like
up.
the same accent for every other line.
the
Just
accents
like
are
a fucking
split.
granny, so.
This is my accent. I'm Gurmit now.
Rob says it's probably worse.
I wonder if I
Oh,
can
yeah.
really say.
Yeah.
Birdie chance here.
That's-
Do it together. Willpower.
Stay focused.
Huh. You
Breaks
could
to
still
the
look it
right.
up even now. USA Network. Yep, that's what it is.
I mean,
I
it's
put
also
in a
mostly
lot of man
American.
hours into Wing Commander. Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there was a fun time I was actually very much considering. Actually, is it still there on YouTube? Because
What
the
is-
Wing Commander movie was on YouTube for a long time.
It was free on, yeah, it was free on YouTube for a minute. I actually sat down and watched it. I'm like, why did I sit down and watch this?
Oh, I actually
Birdie chance
like
here.
that movie, but it's
You got
it's
it.
one of those movies.
Should be
It's
a
so
fucking
it's such
yeah,
hot
the,
trash that I enjoy watching.
Just like
movie.
the Freddie Prinze Jr. Wing Commander movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not available on for
That should have been a
streaming on
fucking
YouTube,
eagle.
but yeah, you're
It's all
right,
good.
it is there.
Nice.
Yeah, ironically enough,
Holy shit.
the guy who
Okay.
directed that movie is the creator of the franchise of Wing Commander. So.
Yeah, well, sometimes the shit don't translate.
No, definitely not.
It's time.
Ooh, I'm glad I never watched that shit. That's still pretty bad. What? So no one try to reboot Wing Commander? Or that would just be too generic nowadays?
I feel like
Hold 12. It's a
I don't
par
know.
3.
I feel like you would get Wing Commander the moment they put out a new Starfighter movie, the last Starfighter.
Starfighter.
I feel like one thing has to happen before you get the other.
Last Starfighter is way better than Wing
Amazing.
Commander.
Well, we're not discounting that, but if Wing Commander was ever to come back, Last Starfighter has to come back first because it's like the big property, and it's kind of the same concept if
Nice
you think
shot.
about it.
Fuck Wing Commander, play Colony Wars.
Well,
I remember Colony Wars.
everybody kind of does just because it's made by Polyphony.
Oh yeah, it
You
was.
mean
Wasn't it?
You mean Psygnosis?
Yeah. No, it was not made by Psygnosis. It was made by Polyphony, aka Gran Turismo.
Amazing. I got you.
The developers of Gran Turismo was made.
No,
by
it's
Hold on,
Psygnosis.
no. I'm looking it up. No more arguing. Yep, it was Psygnosis. Yazzy's right.
Yeah, because they made Wipeout.
Dalo, I think you're thinking of Omega Boost.
Oh yeah, you're right. I'm thinking of Mega Boost.
Mega Boost had the coolest boss music ever.
Omega Boost is a good game, dude.
I own it. I still
wish I still-
own my game, so.
I wish I still had it.
Ironically, I own
Great
both
shot.
that and
Way to go.
both the Colony Wars, two of the Colony Wars games. So
The cool thing about like Omega Boost, if I remember, it had like these they're terrible and bad and all that stuff, but it was kind of cool to see like the suit up moment of like Omega Boost, like the live action moments that they put in that game.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of reminds me of Fat Char, except not terrible.
Yeah, Shoji Kawamori did the mechanism.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's good too.
Omega Boost is what got me into Static X.
Good work.
That's who does
Ready,
the
Jonesy.
boss music. It's Atsuko Nation.
Sloping down.
It's named after
Right to the right.
Otsego, Michigan. When the lead singer of Static X went to school in Olivet College, he said that Otsego was the most depressing town he's ever seen in his entire life. I'm like, and I used to work for the Red Cross, and that was one of my first runs. And I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, yeah, that tracks. It's even more depressing than Cleveland, if that's even possible.
Clearly, none of y'all have ever been to Starkville, Mississippi.
Hey, look, you can still taste the racism in the air.
Well, yeah, but Starkville just is like, it's just nothing. It's horrible. It's just nothing there. They have the Mississippi State University is there, but
Downhill.
What does Mississippi have?
Brakes to the right.
They don't even have good. They have good college football there.
Damn it.
no.
Forgot
On
how bad.
occasion,
Forgot how bad the slope are in this game.
I liken Otsego to one big giant retirement home. That's all you ever see there is like old people and shit. You know, it's like, what the hell?
I mean, is that what Florida is?
Yeah. Yeah, boy.
Chipping?
Yeah,
It's mini Florida, except more boring.
Wait, who wants to even go to Mississippi?
people who have no sense of direction.
Oh no!
On racism.
No, people who just still think still want to go to those Civil War reenactments.
Stop now.
But you can find Civil War reenactments everywhere.
You do that here in Jersey.
That's not you can before the pandemic. You could have had like you can actually go to the Civil War reenactments here in SoCal.
Fair enough.
And we had
Yeah, you went in the drink.
Take a do-over. You can do it.
You just go to Mississippi to get fucking drunk for no reason.
Oh, is that,
Mississippi has great ice cream. You have to be careful on these slopes. They're like, look at the gauge. Like you are hitting downhill and uphills, and sometimes you're hitting to the side. Slopes on this course is like murder.
I was gonna say, if you guys are ever in Michigan, try some Sanders ice cream. It's great.
I'm in Michigan.
You are?
Yes.
Nice.
you and Yazzie are neighbors.
Yep.
I'm in like the southeast part of Michigan, but yeah.
Nice shot.
Yazzie knows me.
Uphill, maybe?
I do?
That breaks left.
I'm Callie, dude. Callie is in mod. Callie.
Oh, sorry about that. I'm completely brain shot today. Sorry about that.
Keep in mind, Yazzie is still kind of recovering from a cold. So he's
I'm recovering
80%.
from a nasty sinus infection myself, so I feel that.
Well, no, you're also talking to the same guy who did not recognize that Chris was on here once.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, the appearance of Chris, number one, was
Out of
very
13.
random,
It's a
and number
par four.
two, he wasn't Chris at the time of the server. He was just
Yakuza.
Yakuza Zeta, I think it was at the time.
Mm-hmm. Sanders ice cream is good in Michigan, and also some of the best pizza chains in the country.
Like Little Caesars.
Yeah, Yazzie, I'm gonna have to bring you down here so you can try some DeLuca's. There's like the best pizza restaurant I've ever been to.
Great.
Period, hands down.
Is it better than Buddies and Green Lantern?
I think so.
Really? That's a lot of praise right there.
We don't really have our own style of pizza here in Atlanta. We just kind of like have restaurants. That
I heard, what's it called? New Hampshire pizza is some of the worst in the country. I don't know how many people like it. At least they're like a
Shit.
weird occasion.
There's no Italians in New Hampshire. You just have a bunch of old white people.
Oh no.
Yeah.
How's it
There's
different
an
from
Italian restaurant here, and they serve like some of the most amazing food I've ever had.
Oh, cool.
It's a little on the expensive side, but you definitely get your money's worth. In fact, you'll end up going home with several boxes of food, and always like a ton.
Go, go, go! Nice shot.
So that's kind of
If you ever head out to Lansing, hit me up.
Oh yeah, but I rarely go outside the area. The only time I go outside my area is when I go to either Canada or actually I rarely ever leave Michigan. Sometimes I used to go like down to Ohio a few times here and there, but I haven't really gone out anywhere for a long time. Oh yeah,
I drove down to Alabama recently, and I'm like, why did I do this?
Why did you drive to Alabama? Holy shit.
Because I didn't feel like people were being racist enough against me, so I needed to drive down to Alabama to get
I want to see pure hate and stare in the eye and say fuck you.
Does Lansing, Michigan have anything in it aside from Michigan State?
The capital.
Yeah, also so boring. That's the only thing that's on the air, radio-wise, is country music.
No, we got Q106 here. That's a rock station.
I take that back. I guess I'm outdated like 10 years.
And Michigan State's college radio is like the best radio station in the world. Period.
College radio stations are always pretty good. I used to work for my college radio station as well.
I love our college radio station. They will play anything off of any album. They give no fucks.
Yeah, I'll take your word for it. I went to Wayne State, so I don't know anything about the radio station there.
I was about to say, your radio stations play music?
What's that?
The college ones do.
I was about to say, do your radio stations actually play music?
Yes.
Unlike down here, where all they do is just talk about their fucking drama on whatever club they went out to the night before.
Is that pretty much on weekend nights that they talk about that shit?
Yeah. Every time I put the radio on, like while I'm driving, it's always a couple of hosts talking about fucking love life drama, and I'm just like, I don't want to hear this.
Yeah.
Wait, did you say love live drama?
Love life drama.
I'll take love life drama, thank you.
I mean, no joke, literally what it sounded like.
That's what I thought too. I'm like, am I hearing this right? Love live drama.
I heard it correctly.
Yeah, I am on my phone, like in the car as I'm driving home.
Yeah, we figured that. It's just like
it's one of those funny coincidences.
That's what it almost sounded like.
Oh man, if they were talking about love life, I'd probably be listening a lot more.
I was gonna say, only if everyone's involved with love life.
The radio station here, we actually play different genres and whatnot. Like every night there's something different. On the weekends there's something different. So yeah, they keep that shit mixed up.
Cool. I can't remember last time I listened to the radio for anything. Last time I listened to the radio was like looking up for traffic, but that's 5 years ago.
They used to have a here on. Now that I live in Atlanta, so I used to work for the University of Georgia's radio station when I was in college there. But here in Atlanta, though, Georgia State student-run radio station used to have a video game music show that somebody from NeoGAF a NeoGAF poster used to host it. Because I remember there was a thread on Neo. This is back before NeoGAF turned shitty. But I remember somebody was made a thread about video game shows on college radio stations. And I posted songs like, I don't know if anybody lives in Atlanta here, but we have one on Georgia State. And then literally the post after mine, the guy was like, yes, I know, because I host it with my girlfriend.
What was that? Video Games Live?
Nice approach.
No, it was I forget what they called the show, but it was just two Georgia State students just playing video game music basically for 3 hours a week.
Okay.
We used to have a Japanese music / anime song show as well on Georgia State radio. That literally ran for 7 years. It was 7 or 8 years, and it was the same girl hosting it. And I was like, is this chick ever gonna graduate? Holy shit! But finally, she did. I don't know. I guess I don't know what she went to school for, but it took her. She was there for 8 years hosting that show. So
maybe she was going for a doctorate.
That's the only thing I could think of.
She was a true Ronin.
Yep.
Nice approach.
Shout out to Love Hina.
Yep.
Well.
That's
terrible manga.
I used to like it, but it doesn't age well. I prefer I prefer Negima over that every day of the week.
I don't know about that one. Negima has also turned to a mess. Sequel.
That guy, I just don't think that guy's very good.
Wait, what's
Then
this?
Nakamatsu Ken.
Wait, there's a sequel?
Ken Akamatsu. Yeah,
Ken Akamatsu.
UQ holder.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Yep.
That one is about to finish recently too. I think like this is completed.
Still got it.
I never knew.
Oh yeah, I am.
I thought he just. I'll be honest. I thought he just basically retired.
Oh no, UQ holder has been going on for quite some years now, so I think it's gone on longer than the
Code
event, so.
14.
You know,
My wife.
yeah, who demands him to stop working? You know, I like Negima, like unironically, and I kind of just want to leave my happy memories the way they are.
Oh, I wish I could have said that for School Rubble, but no.
I actually don't even like.
All right.
Ouch.
Nice shot.
Well, that's good because you'd hate it if you got to the end. So
Yep.
don't worry about it.
Yeah,
Just keep
it's
pretending it doesn't exist.
Yep.
I couldn't even stomach 2 episodes.
Hey, I couldn't
like
even
it,
make it
man.
past the first one, so you're doing better than I did.
I liked it up until the very end. The very end was dumb.
It's still pretty funny. I mean, I'll tell you the last episode, even the manga's even the worst, but
Oh yeah.
So you had your own personal Geki Ganger moment.
no, it's just that it's actually I don't know. I'm like it didn't ruin. I don't know. It's just that it just didn't go anywhere, and it's not even like the wrong selection or anything. It just it ended very poorly. But that happens for a lot of manga. So
The worst ending ever.
it was
Without a
definitely a
doubt.
very very stupid ending. Not even just a bitter one, a stupid one.
Yeah.
But I'm used to that at this point. But I still enjoyed the ride for what it was. It's still very funny for the most part. That's still some of the funniest misunderstandings. And then that's where Grand Blue diving comes in. Also, the most funniest misunderstanding with a lot more sexual
Beautiful.
tension.
Look at it go.
Ironic and unironic too. It is it's like Animal House mixed with a bit of School Rumble.
But Animal House is actually good though.
Well, Grand Blue diving is also
I feel like I
Grand
gotta
Blue's
call
pretty
myself out here, but I must be the only one on the planet that hated Animal House.
What?
Well, I meant the Animal House because of the sexual, like, raunchy tension. Because it's a bunch of college students getting drunk.
Wait, I got banned from the server. How did that happen?
What? Banned from
No.
what?
Because I hate Animal House. Never mind.
Oh, no.
He's
Well,
making a joke.
oh, okay.
I'm getting fucking destroyed on this course.
Watch that power gauge.
But Grand Blue diving is extra. If I read the manga, anime is kind of so-so, but still some funny moments. But it is super funny. Art is pretty good too. So
Man, people are going in today. Sorry, I'm looking at like some of my trade
Careful
groups
of
on
the gauge.
Facebook, and people are saying buying collections at 55 to 65% retail. It's like you guys are really fucking assholes today. People are just like really just wanting to like shark people really hard and not even like pretending
Amazing.
anymore.
Nice shot.
Nice shot.
I was gonna say, people still use Craigslist nowadays. I'm just curious.
What?
I never did. I don't know.
I've never used it. So I'm
Yeah,
not sure.
Craigslist was always suspect.
Craigslist is just these days people use an app called OfferUp.
OfferUp. That
Yeah,
sounds.
I've seen OfferUp.
That sounds dirty.
Offer up your first daughter.
There's OfferUp, and there's that. What's the other one?
Oh, hey, people do sell
Mercari.
their kids' virginity, so they're fucked up for it, but they do it.
Yeah, there's OfferUp and Mercari are like the two big app, like Craigslist type apps. I don't use either one of them.
And the thing people do for a Klondike bar. Oh, that's not fun. That's just a joke.
Oh man,
But-
oh man, they're releasing another. They just announced a new metal composite.
You game.
Metal composite.
Water hazard.
Wing Gundam Endless Waltz
try that
early
again,
color
please.
version.
Huh?
Keep
Of
going.
what?
Because
The Wing
we
Gundam.
need more Wing Gundam. Because they probably
Come
sell.
on, and you mean you're not gonna buy the Snow White?
No, I know somebody who did buy it though.
Ugh, I forgot that thing existed after like years of nothing.
Send it to Amuro.
Somebody in one of the in the Gundam Discord that I'm in bought one.
Stop.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks kind of like the Wing Gundam Real Grade that came out. This thing, kind of, sort of.
Is it based on the Endless Walls version of the Wing Gundam, or?
Yeah, it's like the Endless Walls manga version of it, I think.
Oh, so it's a Kotoki version then, the Wing Gundam.
I guess, I don't know. All this weird Endless Waltz version stuff kind of confuses me as to where it comes from.
Yep.
Does it transform?
I'm sure it does. It looks cool, but it's probably gonna be $300.
Shit. At least it's not $700, right?
You said, oh, a metal composite. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say that's probably why it's 6.
Don't get me started about how much I paid for my YF-29, both of them.
Which ones? DX Chogokin?
Yeah.
Oh, well, the 29s, it has to be DX Chogokin.
Good aim.
But which 29s did you buy?
I bought the Alto and I bought the Skull Squadron one.
Brakes to the right.
Oh god, the Ozma one.
Oh, Ozma one. Oh yeah, with the war cannons. Yeah, the one from the Macross.
No, I'm talking about like Roy Fokker Skull Squadron.
Of the YF-29?
I forgot about that one. I have to look it up.
They had a Roy Fokker version?
Yep.
Huh? Did not know that. I know they had Isamu, an Alto, and Ozma. Huh.
Hold on, I'm looking it up right now.
And then that one from the video game. I had that one from the video game.
That's where it came from.
The beta or something like that.
Maybe?
Yeah, I had that one, but I sold it.
Oh, the one that the main tagging used, the Have-A-Mal guy.
Oh, no, I didn't play the game, so I have no idea.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Nice,
that one. I bought that one.
Did we lose you?
No, I'm still here.
Who dropped and who came
That was
back on?
that was me. I just got back on.
Okay, I just wanted to know because I was looking around. I was like, oh shit, what happened?
Oh yeah, 30th anniversary Fokker scheme.
Oh, it's 30th anniversary. Nice. Okay, my bad.
Sloping down.
October 12th, or October 2012. 17,000 yen. I won't ask how much you paid for it, but you probably paid close to 300 for one, I'm sure.
Higher.
Really? Man.
I got it when it was released.
Damn.
I sent you a picture of it, yeah.
Careful.
I don't even want to know how much I've spent on Macross stuff. My closet is just like jam full of Valkyries, basically. High metal R's, Yamatos, Arcadias, DX. No DX.
It comes with the super pack as well. Nice.
Careful.
No, actually the super pack comes separately, but that just happens to be on the
Sloping
picture.
up.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm looking. I'm like, those are the super pack parts.
That's right.
You're financially stable. What happened to all your money? The closet. There's like toys everywhere.
As a popular saying in the Yu-Gi-Oh community that we like to say, you could be poor but rich in cardboard. In Enron's case, he's poor but rich in plastic.
Don't get me started. I used to play Magic the Gathering. I know about the paper crack.
Paper crack.
Yeah, that's a thing too.
Yeah, as a kid, I knew better than to get into Magic the Gathering because of how expensive that hobby can get.
If you actually got into it at the very beginning and kept your shit,
150.
you probably would be a
par
millionaire.
That is
My
true.
friend still has a copy of the beta cards. Holy fuck.
In my case, it's
lots of money.
In my case, it's waifu JPEG crack.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the problem is you can't. That's all NFT. You can't trade that away.
Exactly. Crack nonetheless.
I legitimately started.
Good.
Nice shot.
Nice shot.
Come on, make it. God damn it.
Good friends don't let friends get you.
Be like Mao and delete that shit.
I haven't done it yet. I'm still debating if I want the platinum trophy.
You don't.
It ain't worth it.
I haven't deleted it yet, but I definitely just play only 2 hours of it and go away.
Yorktown says stick to one. Gotcha.
Well, the thing is,
right.
its resource system is so strict that you can't really do anything once you use the.
Yeah, that was the thing. That was the thing I was telling Varn. So like the thing that annoys me in this game is that I want to keep playing more of it. It just doesn't let me though.
Yeah. Unless you pay
unless I dick around, and even then, I don't even think like even if you pay money, it's like I don't even think it wants you to pay money. There are times when it just fills out. When it does and it doesn't.
They have a cap on how much money you can actually spend to keep playing.
Ow! Stop throwing money at us.
Well, they're making that like they're making like a new game, right? So it's like
Great shot.
They've made a new game. Yeah, they've been making games.
So is that game a Honkai Impact related to it or no?
Kind of.
Name this one.
Tangentially.
Tangentially, it's the same name. There's like 1 or 2 characters that are from the same universe, but it's more of a I would say it's similar to like Stargate Atlantis to a Stargate SG-1.
Yeah.
I think I'm the only one that would even get that.
Yeah, I was gonna say if it comes to Stargate,
No!
I would ask about that kind
I
of
think
stuff.
anyone, the only person that's actually seen all of Stargate is me, and most of these guys, I'm pretty sure, have only seen the original movie. So.
And I'm just trying to think of a good way to actually make some magic, because I can't just say Gundam AU, because that's technically not what this is, even though it is.
It's Star Trek and a spin-off.
I think Star Trek would basically be the like it's kind of like Deep Space Nine to Star Trek Voyager. Same universe, very tangentially connected to each other.
Yeah, that's the idea. Same universe, different galaxy.
I was thinking about Star Trek. Mao, you've seen all of Lower Decks, right?
Yep.
Stop now.
What do you think of the ending? It's pretty good, right?
Yeah, I mentioned that in the Sobro stream.
Okay.
That I did like the ending to that show, just because it was
the most regular Star Trek episode there was too.
Yeah, it throws these ideas out, and it's following like multiple different storylines, and then it brings it all together in the end.
Because the thing is, because I was watching it, I'm like, they drop hints in there.
Fuck the Pac-Led in particular.
No.
Fuck the Pac-Lids. Fuck them.
No. I got 2 words. I got 2 words. Red alarm. Red alarm.
Okay.
It's the dumbest alarms.
Pac-Lids are a bunch of dumb assholes.
I still like the end of season 1 where Shax is like tearing everybody apart. This is the best day ever.
No, the only one who can blow shit up in this space, in this ship, is me. Shoutouts to Space Mike Hagar.
Yes, Space Mike Hagar, Mayor of Earth and Space.
He's the mayor of the Serranos.
Being a resistance fighter,
I'm throwing this fucking game away. Boss might actually win.
It's naked time.
Oh God, why did you have to say that? Oh, I just got that image out of my head.
So you're like you're Mariner in that situation. Oh God, film me while I'm out. Take it back to the West.
Fuck me, God damn it.
God, naked Shags. Oh,
Jesus, that is a hell of a drop. That's like.
I love the scene that the one part that made her groan was the naked Boimler with the spread eagle. that image you cannot burn. It's like forever burned into the audience right there.
The slips are killing us.
And then the funny scene in that background, you see a naked Billups, and you think they're all getting horny. He's getting horny just doing basic computer work with his hollow pad. He's just sitting naked down, using it. That's how he gets off.
Well, you know he can't have sex or he has to be the king of his planet and all that, so.
Yep, and come on, man. In the previous episode, Rutherford said, "Did his kingdom come?"
Oh, God.
Brakes to the right.
Yep. I gotta stop him from doing the do. got so many stupid, funny moments in that whole show.
Have they announced when season 3 is supposed to release?
Oh my god, I hate this.
Because I imagine they already have to have it in the works with the way they.
Oh yeah.
season
They
2
announced season 3 was happening.
Well, I basically blew this away, so. Okay, finally.
All I hope is that I hope Lower Deck goes on for a while because it's one of the funniest shows I've seen in a long time.
You know, it's the same crew that works on Rick and Morty, so yeah.
Some of the same people, but yeah.
Sloping
But
down.
I know the voice talent.
A break to the left.
Good too, so. And they're also having it's a big level as Star Trek, but it also does not hesitate to make fun of Star Trek either. So
not cool.
Congrats on your win, Fat Lupin.
You know, for being so fat, you're not hitting terribly.
All I just remember is the Shin-Chan joke.
Shin-Chan joke?
All I remember is just the Shin-Chan joke of pooping the turd.
Nice shot.
I think that was actually an episode title.
No, you got me remembering like, what was it, the bunny of happiness?
Yeah.
Shit, that dub is actually kind of amazing too.
That was a great dub.
For Shin-Chan?
Yeah.
It's an amazing dub if you ever heard that. Like, hey, like my ears are like are meaningful to a rabbit, like tits on a cheerleader.
Monkey, monkey, monkey ass, give me beans and I'll give you gas.
Yeah, it's not as good as like Ghost Stories, but still it's up there.
So what the fuck is this? All you Star Trek guys, what the fuck is this Star Trek Prodigy crap that I keep seeing ads run for during the National League Championship Series?
I have no idea what that's about. I've only seen a little bit of Star Trek.
Isn't it some new sideshow? Like, I haven't been paying it any attention.
Oh, yeah, it's that new show about Nickelodeon, I think.
Yeah, it's like Nickelodeon and Paramount Plus, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I'm not that big into Star Trek, because like I've never been a big fan of Star Trek, but like
yeah, me neither.
The only thing that I've been watching is Lower Decks and Discovery, and that's it.
Oh yeah. So what Prodigy is pretty much Prodigy is pretty much anime sequel to Star Trek Voyager.
Yeah, because it's not Janeway.
Wait a minute, that's what that's why I saw like that CG Janeway.
Yes, it's all those. It's pretty much it's a sequel.
that's okay. I'm just gonna say this. That is super fucking random.
I mean, it's not too
out. You haven't got to know me yet.
but given it's Voyager, I have no interest in watching it.
I just think
give me a little while and you'll see random.
Yeah, it looks like it's like kids steal a starship or some shit. I don't know.
Or find one.
Yeah.
Or build one.
I don't think they built it. Because I mean, it looks like a Federation starship, so.
It'd be funny if they did.
First they just found one. They probably just found it. Or stole it, one or the other.
So it's basically Star Trek Double Zeta.
Yeah, I was gonna make the Gundam joke. Like, yeah, so they basically took a page out of Amuro Ray's playbook.
No fire.
Sounds like it.
Get on the junkyard, kids.
I'm gonna sell the shit out of this.
Oh, I take that back. So Janeway, she's a hologram pretty much in this.
Yep.
Okay, well that explains why she said she looks so young still. I mean, even as a TV show, I figured they were like, I don't know. Like I said, it's just random.
Careful
How
of
the hell
the
is she a
games.
hologram?
Oh, because it's a ship they found, so she's like part of the training program.
Oh, she's like the AI?
It's a training ship, and they just use her as like a basis for new cadets, supposedly.
In Star Trek, they like to do
weird
like
things.
if they in Star Trek when they do training programs, they like to use like avatars of like famous people to basically train them essentially. is like a thing like that.
Yeah, holograms are a huge thing in Star Trek, like very weird, big thing. So yeah.
By the way,
Yeah.
Rob's asking, wasn't there an episode of Voyager with a ship piloted by kids? Oh, and then he says, no, wait,
What's
maybe
that?
that's DSS.
That's DSS. I remember that guy. I watched some of that recently.
The closest thing I could think of on the top of my head in Voyager is when the Voyager encounters all those bored kids randomly on a board cube.
Yeah,
Oh.
7 of 9 kind of becomes their pseudo mom.
Good aim.
Yeah, that's how Boimler comes
basically.
in and
Give it a good
kidnaps him.
shunt.
But
I think that's like season 5.
yeah, the one with the kids. That's an episode of Deep Space Nine. That's because I remember that's during the final season of the movie war. So
Watch out!
Stop!
I wonder if they'll still
Birdie
make a
chance
good
here.
Star Trek game again because those are still super rare to this day.
Good stuff. Sloping down.
The only Star Trek game I know
Break
is
the
the
light.
arcade rail shooter.
That's from a long time ago, isn't it?
Yep.
I remember the one Star Trek game where you
Come on, God damn it.
play a random crew member and their ship's assaulted by the Borg and you're dealing with Q a lot and go through all this timey-wimey mumbo-jumbo bullshit.
Isn't that like the Deep Space Nine Genesis game?
No, this is on the PC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
never
most
mind.
Star Trek games are on the PC.
Good approach.
That one's
Fuck
actually
me.
kind of decent, I would say.
Great work.
The Star Trek Genesis game I used to play is decent, at least.
Careful.
That's saying quite a bit actually compared to most Star
Stay
Trek
calm
games.
there.
Hey,
Relax, my
it's
love.
a solid
That
3
breaks
out of
left.
5, and that's just me. And the good thing about it is like it comes with passwords. Although nowadays people probably have less tolerance for shit like that these days, because it is an old Genesis game.
Yeah, passwords were the norm back then.
See here.
Sloping up.
A lot of bullshit in my
Brakes to
timeline
the
right
right.
now. Jeez. Golden Corral Lupin's gonna win this, and I'm gonna be angry.
Let's see.
I'm losing
Oh.
to a fat man.
Dollar, are you talking about the Echoes in the Past or Futures Past?
Let me
Just
take a
relax.
look. After I hit the shot.
Uphill maybe?
Yeah, I remember seeing this in the store when I was a
breaks
kid. I've
left.
never played any Star Trek video games, but
I don't know why I ended up getting it. I wasn't a huge Star Trek
Thank you.
fan back then.
Thank you.
I remember.
I think it was just. I think my family, somebody in my family, was a huge fan of the show, so they ended up giving me a game.
Uphill maybe?
I'll be right back. Hold on.
Great work. Close.
What?
Man, look at these awful ass scores. And we still have 2 more holes to go.
Yeah, it takes me back to that one time when we were
Hole
golfing on
17. It's a par
on the-
4.
on the beach course. They were announcing like all the consoles being released. Our scores were terrible that day too.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Star Trek.
Great shot. Nice shot. Nice shot.
Crossroads of Time was the one I was thinking of.
Nice shot.
Nice shot. Way to go.
It was made available on Genesis and Super Nintendo.
Oh, the DS. Yes,
Yeah, the
Nice.
Deep Space Nine. Like I said, it was a pretty average, decent game. It had some good, had a lot of good like platforming moments, but it also had like some cool, space shuttle combat sequences too.
Well done.
Yes. Here we go.
Take a look at this. This game got like, okay.
Nice.
EGM gave it like a 7 out of 7. So
That's pretty decent considering the not so good track record of Star Trek video games. So
I mean, it's EGM, so take that for what you will. But
yeah, but
Klingon Academy is probably my favorite Star Trek game I've ever played.
I hear good things about that one. I know you can like cheat the Kobayashi Maru in that game, which I thought was kind of hilarious.
Oh, you got pretty decent reviews. I'm looking at it right now. So.
I just like the damage modeling. You know, you hit the ship, you can put a phaser blast right through the hull, and it's in that spot. You know.
Well, good luck.
Damage modeling was just great.
Okay, this is gonna be a terrible hit, but we'll see what happens.
Apparently, that Elite Force Voyager game was pretty decent, at least on the PC.
Fantastic.
I never played it, so I have no comment.
Yeah, but that one was a first-person shooter, so.
I think I saw my cousins play that at one point. Because the only Star Trek game I remember seeing was a first-person shooter.
There's also that trashy Star Trek game that was a third-person shooter based on like the new verse.
Oh, the first Abrams movie?
Yeah, it was made by Bandai Namco and it was hot trash.
Oh yeah, it was published by them, but it was made by Digital Extreme, which I've never heard of, but yep.
I knew exactly one person that was super fucking excited for that game and convinced Solbro that it was going to be a good game. somehow, some way. Solbro, I don't think ended up playing it, but like he convinced him.
Rob says he remembers a shipbuilder tactical game.
There's plenty of those. There's plenty of like RTSs in Star Trek, I think.
I do remember there being like a Star Trek RTS in the vein of like StarCraft.
Yeah.
Probably was one. I think was it the Dominion War game?
I want to say it was Star Trek Armada. I think is what it was called.
Oh, Starfleet.
Oh, I remember that.
Oh,
yeah, Star Trek Armada.
Armada, okay.
I heard it was decent, but the problem was like it was so limited that like there was only so much you could do.
Oh, the scores weren't too bad, so, but yeah, pretty decent game.
I think we're pretty much establishing that like for all the bad, like there's at least a couple that are decent.
That's better what I can say for compared to Superman video games.
No,
I want to see a decent space flight combat sim. I haven't seen a decent one since Free Space 2.
For Star Trek or just in general?
Just in general.
Have you tried Strike Zero?
Well, try Strike Zero.
I own it.
So good.
Okay.
Nice shot.
I like that. I actually like that game, and surprisingly enough, I thought it was.
It's
good.
like the Dark Souls of space combat flight sims, though. Jesus Christ.
I like it. I actually like the. Here's the funny thing. I like the game when when you're not.
Good approach.
When you don't play.
It's most of the early parts of the game.
No, there are times.
What?
There are missions you can do without that suit.
Oh yeah, I played a couple of stages. The first couple of stages, I don't recall the mecha.
I gotta give Strike Suit Zero one really good thing. The soundtrack was fucking amazing.
Yeah, it was. It was also when I played it was still kind of early in my PlayStation 4 days.
I fucking hate you.
Oh, the birdie.
Damn it! I felt that one.
I got Strike Suit Zero when it first was released on Steam, and then they came out with the director's cut, and then they had that side expansion where it was like a horde mode.
Zero Infinity, I think it was called.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Yeah, I got Strike Suit Zero. I kickstart back that thing.
Well, thank you.
Long time ago, and I played like maybe an hour of it and never went back to playing it again.
That's almost sad. Like for the game.
I mean, it's just kind of okay. Like it
The
was.
game knows I hate defense missions, and there's like a whole shitload of them in Section 0, and it really annoys the shit out of me. It's like I gotta defend my ship from a whole shitload of torpedoes. I'm like, come on! I just want to blow up bad guys. Leave me alone.
Yes.
Let me do my thing.
Rob says some of the campaign missions were brutal. He also says he loves Free Space 1 and 2, and the expansions.
Last one.
So a couple of friends of mine I used to play with in Free Space 2 actually made it in. Their tags were actually made it into the Free Space 2 towards the end in the secret mission.
Oh, nice.
Because they were the top 2 players on the board.
I've been hitting trees this whole course.
Well, stop it. The trees don't like it when they're hit by golf balls.
I'm just trying to channel my inner George of the Jungle right now. The only difference is I can't watch out for the tree.
But I also own Strike Suit Zero and also played a couple hours of it and then eventually moved on to something else. Mainly because these days I mostly play multiplayer games. Like I can't get myself to pay attention to a single player game long enough to continue playing it for some reason.
And Ron, I still
maybe
wish
because
that
maybe because there's no challenge.
Great.
Maybe. I don't know what it is because like I like RPGs, but I can't bring. It's been a while since I've brought myself to actually finish one.
Oh, wow, that's most of the games I play is still RPGs these days, but single player ones. Although I have been playing Doom Eternal recently as one of the few standout like non-RPGs. So.
I'm there at the Red there adding the Horde mode. Might hop back in.
Enron, what was that mecha game again for that came out on every system that was made by that Chinese hero project Mecha Warrior?
Code Mirai?
No. It was like an indie-based game.
Amazing. Nice.
Huh? Wait, say that again?
Hardcore Mecha?
Hardcore Mecha. When are we gonna get a sequel to that, man? That game was a lot of fun.
I don't know. I haven't played that much of it either. Like I've started playing it and then I got playing something else. But I need to play it. I liked what I played of it though. I need to go back.
It's an indie game. It's a lot of fun. It's simple to play, and it's a love letter to a lot, like mecha anime and stuff like that. So
The first PlayStation 4 game I got and I had to get was Assault Suit Lenos.
That game was amazing. I'm just sad the developer is no longer around, so they will likely because they never made a remake of Assault Suit Vulcan.
What game?
Assault Suit Lenos.
If you remember in America back on the consoles, it was called Target Earth, if I remember correctly.
I think that's the other game.
What was the one game on 3DS that was made? Liberation Maiden, I think it was. Yeah.
Damn,
I remember that one.
Oh no, you're right. It was Target Earth on the Genesis. Yep, and what's the other game called?
Right.
Oh, Cybernator was the other game. The Assault Suit Vulcan on the SNES. It's called Cybernator in the US.
Cybernator sounds like a freaking like vaporwave album track or some shit.
Or like a fucking early, like 90s, late 80s, like shitty, like C-tier, like action hero.
I was gonna say, yeah, it kind of sounds like an 80s, a shit tier 80s cartoon.
Or a Harmony Gold character.
I don't know. I want to go that far.
Yeah, he is a dog of the Robotech Masters, the Cybernator. Oh no, I take that back. He's a Technoman villain.
Oh yeah, Bridge Crew.
Hey, don't start bashing on Technoman.
I'll bash on it. It is a weird edit, but it never finished either. It cut up a bunch of stuff. So
has anybody tried that
Terminator? I watched Tekkaman Blade, and I was kind of like, this is different from Technoman. Wow.
Yeah, because they also finished things up without cutting it out, and yeah. Now, sadly, we still did not get those Blu-rays in the U.S. either for Tekkaman Blade.
And probably never will.
Here's the weird thing: Tekkaman Blade 2, the obscure-ass sequel, got the Blu-ray release in the U.S.
I saw that. I I don't know how to feel about that.
Techman Blade 2 is definitely weird.
Rob says Cybernator sounds like a character that should have been in MD Geist.
I was gonna say that. it sounds like a US manga
Some B
character.
movie with, with giant robots or some bullshit.
Great shot.
I was gonna say, is it a spin-off of the anime Genocyber?
No idea.
Careful, like if you hit this wrong, that ball's gonna go right into the water.
It's a worse version of Robot Jocks.
Ugh.
Maybe we should watch Robot Wars.
Robot Jocks is the worst version of Robot Jocks.
Hey, that movie's amazing. I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly, I don't know what you're talking about. Robot Jocks is the shit, dude.
Yeah, it is shit. Yes.
Achilles! I feel like we made these same jokes last week.
We did.
Hey, yeah, we made these jokes like last year. Like around this time.
You know what? I'm just catching up. I just popped on the server. Leave me alone.
No fucking joke. No fucking joke. We literally made this joke like last year.
And they also do it because I don't like Robot Jocks.
Yeah. I mean, it's terrible, but it's like awesome terrible.
I'll see you in hell.
Nice approach.
Oh, I'll see you in hell. Geronimo! That dude was the best. His big fucking like cowboy hat.
Should watch Samurai Cop next.
That's Conway. That was his name.
Conway, yeah.
I was trying to remember. It's like, wait a minute.
Yeah,
I know we talked about. I know for a fact we talked about this, and we were talking about who was that character. We went on this whole thing like to search who he was again.
Sloping down.
Now I had to recall my
Brakes to the
knowledge.
right.
Okay, since we're talking about the what's it called USA Network crappy Mortal Kombat cartoon, there is one Mortal Kombat anime working.
Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh, okay, it's not terrible.
Yeah, I was gonna say there. Most people don't know this. There was a pilot for a CG movie for Mortal Kombat that came out prior to the release of the first movie. It's called Mortal Kombat. A Journey Begins, and it is dog shit. It's like the cheapest crap based on like the mid '90s, and it's also I think it's like half an hour long or something. But
now in the Mortal Kombat cartoon, they actually show the fucking fatalities.
No.
Then what the hell was I watching it?
Yeah,
kids, this is the same logic that people put, they made a Rambo TV show cartoon.
This is true.
Yeah, a very violent rated R movie. Hey, let's make it a Saturday morning cartoon. Sweet.
The RoboCop.
RoboCop had two cartoons.
Brakes to the right.
You had one in the 80s and one in the 90s.
One in the 90s. I remember the one in the 90s because that came on UPN.
I think the Rambo cartoon was Sunbow.
It was.
Same people who did G.I. Joe.
Great nice. Yeah, these people did the Chuck Norris Commandos.
It's all good.
Oh yeah, Chuck Norris did have a cartoon. Forgot about that.
Oh, Chuck Norris pretty much is a cartoon.
So did Mr. T. Hey, speaking of which, speaking of that, like, shoutouts to Japanese A-Team.
Yeah, that was funny.
I saw that and was like, holy shit, this is amazing.
And Rob says, nope, they had to scale back all the violence. I believe he's talking about Mortal Kombat.
Of course.
Yeah, he talked about that earlier in the chat.
Ironically enough, that cartoon was mostly adaptation of Mortal Kombat 3. From what I remember.
Yeah, it was, because I believe it had Striker in it, didn't it?
Well, the one that made character was the second Sub-Zero.
It's all good.
Nice.
Yeah, the second Sub-Zero too. Yeah, you're right, the brother.
Yeah, and they had those robots in there too, those cyborgs in there. So.
And, yeah, Sector and Cyrax and Cabal.
I can't believe I remember this crap.
It's hard. There it is.
Hey, sometimes our brains just remember the weirdest shit.
I'm blaming that for you.
Good game, man.
Man, look at that score.
Nah, this was not a good game. We all fucking suck.
Yeah, man. Lupin scores big, for better or worse.
This doesn't feel like a win.
It's like, yeah, I won, but at what cost?
I didn't win. I managed to suck less.
You survived.
Amazing.
You came out with one lost limb instead of 3.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. I think that's it for tonight.
But someone's Halloween decorations was literally the Black Knight from Holy Grail, just all his limbs cut off on the lawn.
Tis me the scratch.
Just a flesh wound.
Oh, dude. Nobody knows this except for me, but there's in the third Yu-Gi-Oh series, they make a whole reference to to that whole thing. Like, I think the line is like, "'Tis me they scratch. Her power scared not this brave warrior." It's like a totally a Monty Python sounding knight character in that show.
GX or 5Ds?
That's 5Ds.
I don't
Oh,
know.
They make it, yeah, there's a knight character, and they just turn him into a Monty Python character.
That's awesome.
It's fucking.
Yeah,
it's fucking
5Ds
amazing.
is weird because they have they're using motorcycle pretty much like
Dude, that's
that
not.
look like
That's,
Charlie.
dude, as somebody who's,
5Ds was the greatest Yu-Gi-Oh show ever made.
I'm just gonna tell you right now, that's not as weird as the last, like the 2 or 3 series later, where it's like where they play on surfboards.
No, I'll take your word for it. I'm just basing on what I've seen. So, cause I watched a number of 5Ds. So,
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna close out there, and I'm gonna transition. We're gonna transition over the Boondocks right now.
yay!
How to tell your Japanese executives are high off of crack and coke? Just watch Yu-Gi-Oh.
It's a little bit more complicated than that, and it's actually kind of tragic.
Real quick, Rob asks, which was the Yu-Gi-Oh that had the wacky mammoth?
That the mammoth that they basically turned into an Arnold Schwarzenegger parody. That's
Oh, was that GX?
That's GX.
Yeah, I was about to say that's GX.
Because Arnold Schwarzenegger was the governor at the time.
Of course.
The Governator.
I'll be back. Okay,
I'll be Beethoven.
I'm gonna set up Boondocks here in a moment. Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna head out.
All right, be safe, man.
I'll be back. I'm gonna close the stream out real quick.
Yeah, sure.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and close down the stream so we can watch some Boondocks. Let's see. I don't know if I have anything planned this weekend. I might do something tomorrow because I got nothing else better to do. We'll see. If I do end up doing something, I will post it on Twitter like I usually do. Anyways, thanks for watching. You guys stay safe out there, and we'll catch you next time. Have a good night.